There we are. We are live. How's everybody doing? Well, I should probably turn off my prize pick slip, huh? Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting patiently for the stream to start. We have, four and a half hours straight coming at you, trying our best to enjoy Bears football tonight. We have, we have plenty of drinks to get us through it. I'm using Woodinville whiskey as my crutch tonight. EJ, buddy, our other resident Bears fan, how you doing? Do you happen to have any Malort with you to get you through this?
I certainly do not. I will be experiencing enough pain tonight. I do not need to add to it. And I've got Sweetwater Brewing's Extra Pale. Good stuff. Picked up a six pack of it. A couple of days ago. Saved a couple for the game. Have a couple of backups if that doesn't go well. So we'll see how it works out. But no, I will not be pouring gasoline down my neck on top of this little adventure.
I
Let's call
did
it what
try
it
to
is.
find Malort, by the way. I tried to see.
Wow.
I wanted to do this thing where every time the Bears got a touchdown, I took a shot of Malort because I thought, oh, like maybe at
Oh.
most I'll have to do like two shots, but we'll see. We'll see.
Justin goes off and has a 4 touchdown game and you die. That's not going to be a plus for the channel.
If I need to
No,
drink Malort for Justin to go off, I'll do it every goddamn game.
yeah. For those of you that are not familiar with Malort, it's a regional liquor to Chicago. It's in my opinion, it's a one-time thing. It's a thing you do and then you get other people to do. Like, no, I've had mine. It's cool. You try it.
Yeah, it's a practical joke, but Illinois people just swear by it. I swear, I don't know.
Oh, they swear at it, a lot of them.
Well, chat, how are you guys doing? I mean, the fact that you guys are here to watch this game of all game speaks a lot to your mental fortitude. But let me know how you guys are doing. We already have 75 people in here. Game is still roughly 30 minutes away. It is in Chicago. Weather looks decent, all things considered, for fall in Chicago. No storms, anything like that. Just some light breeze, and obviously, it's kind of a crisp fall night. So it should be a lot better than some of the early monsoons we saw in this Bears season. As far as storylines, probably the biggest one, at least the biggest non-Bears storyline that I'm watching, is Brian Robinson getting his first start. He made his return last week and immediately started out-touching Antonio Gibson, which was, I mean, honestly, what we predicted in the preseason. Like we said, Brian Robinson's going to be the starter, and then, he immediately came in coming off 2 gunshot wounds to the knee and immediately out-touched Gibson and was a better player than Gibson. So he's starting this week. He will lead them in touches this week, and I fully expect him to be productive with those touches. But other than that, EJ, what are you looking forward to?
There's actually a lot to look forward to in this game, although the overall result might not be what you want it to, no matter which team you're a fan of. Interior defensive line play for the Commanders is outstanding between Deron Payne and Allen. Like those guys, Jonathan Allen, those guys are just stalwarts. They are absolute stumps, beasts. Not having Bryce Young in the lineup basically all year limits the pass rush a little bit, but the Bears, who've been rushing the ball really, really well and passing the ball terribly, are going to have trouble running it, certainly between the tackles tonight. Those two guys are not going to allow much of that at all. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. The other thing on the Commanders side is Cameron Curl, the safety for the Commanders, is playing out of his mind right now. And because he plays for the Commanders, nobody notices. Nobody's talking about Cameron Curl. And I fear for Justin if he decides to go deep middle on Cameron Curl, because he's probably going to find out that Curl's going to make a play on the ball. So defensive side is a bunch of sort of wild cards and certain areas of real strength for the Commanders, and then areas I hope the Bears can exploit. On the Bears side, super worried about the interior offensive line against those two giants. And just pass protection in general has been really hit and miss. It took a step up against the Vikings, and we actually got to see a competent NFL offense for almost all of that game, even though the first half they didn't get the results. They still had a bunch of plays that almost hit. They, had a TD go by the wayside because Pat Pete got burned by Mooney on a double move and went, "Nah, come here, youngster. I'm just going to pull you down." But that play was a good throw. It was on time. He had protection, and that ball's really pretty much a touchdown if he lets Mooney go. So it was the first time as Bears fans we got to see all year a functioning NFL offense. I'm hoping that momentum continues, and I feel like they're going to kind of have to turn Justin loose a little bit because they're going to try and run into the middle. Getsy is not one to abandon the run, but I don't see them getting a lot of success there. They've got speed to the edges as well, so run game is going to be difficult tonight, and it might be time to put the ball in Justin's hands, especially after the success he enjoyed at the Vikings. He made better decisions. He made quicker decisions. He's very accurate with the ball throughout the game, actually. And it might just be time to kind of take the gloves off a little bit and see if he can carry the Bears offense tonight. Could go well, could go poorly, but I'm ready to watch.
A couple people asking, since we still have time to get slips in, what my slip for the night is. I already filled it out, so I'll take it with you guys, or take you guys through it. See, I already started with about 2 drinks in already because I'm prepared myself. Again, this is on Prize Picks, so if you guys want to tail it over on Prize Picks to get these specific lines, which are rather generous tonight, you can use promo code Bootleg over on Prize Picks, and they'll match your deposit up to $100. And I also think they have a free like a free square going on right now with Steph Curry. Like if Steph gets a bucket, you automatically get that free square too. So you can kind of double up on those. But for tonight, I have Justin Fields over 13.5 completions, which I know a lot of people are thinking 13.5 seems low. Not for the Bears this year. That's kind of about what he's averaging completions wise. But like EJ said, I think it's going to be a little bit of tough sled and run the ball. So I think they are going to throw it a little bit more. So I got over on completions. I got over on Mooney at 43.5 receiving, because if they are going to throw that much, I think Mooney's going to be a heavily favored target there. De'Ami Brown over 16.5 feels
Stealing.
A little bit stealing, because that's like one catch for him. So as long as we're just taking one shot to De'Ami Brown, I feel pretty good about that. And then Brian Robinson over 7.5 fantasy score. I'm gambling on either he's going to get a goal line touch and score, or if this is just straight yardage. If you look at the Bears' run defense, they actually haven't been great this year. Actually, they've been well below average. And if you look at the types of runs that Washington uses, it's mostly outside zone and inside zone. And the Bears, in terms of average tackle depth, meaning like how far past the line of scrimmage their average tackle is against outside zone and inside zone runs, it's like 4.7 yards. Like they're 25th in the league. They are not good against those types of runs, particularly because they're second in the NFL right now in terms of 4-down fronts, which outside zone and inside zone, if you only have a 4-man service on the line, that can get taken advantage of a little bit. So I think the run scheme matchup in particular here heavily favors Brian Robinson, so I think he's going to get a lot of touches and a lot of yards. And then, not to be outdone, David Montgomery, again, assuming Justin's going to be throwing more in this game, I think Montgomery will be getting some checkdowns there, maybe some design screens. Over 16.5 receiving felt pretty good to me too. Now I have enough confidence in this slip that I actually upped my normal bet to $50. So if I hit 5 out of 5, this is going to pay me $500, EJ. I'm not advocating everybody else to put 50 on the line, but considering I've hit pretty much everything so far this season, I've built up a little bit of a bankroll myself. I have a little bit of money to spend, so I'm gonna try to hit big tonight. Hopefully the Bears don't fuck me, and if I can get $500, I'll be feeling pretty good going into the holiday season.
Yeah, it'd be real nice. What do you get? What do you get for 4? Because you still get paid if you get 4.
I think I get a $250.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna have to make a dinner and make that happen. That'll be nice. But any bet that starts with "I hope the Bears don't fuck me" is dangerous to we know a lot of people at this game, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So JB is there, and this is the coolest thing ever. So Jeff Berkus is my podcast partner on Bears Over Beers. He's been to a few Bears games, not many, but his mom is who he got Bears fandom from. His grandpa passed it down to his mom, and his grandpa and his mom passed it down to him. JB had no choice. He was a Bears fan from birth. His mom's been a Bears fan for well over 50 years, never been to a Bears game. She's been to No, she's been to
Wow.
Family Fest and practice and training camp many times, but she's never been to an in-season Bears game. And he got her tickets, and they are there.
Wow, that's insane. This
It's
game
so
is her
cool.
first Bears game in 50 years
Her first Bears game ever.
out of all of them.
She's just never been, which amazes me because she is a hardcore fan. She was our first fan on Bears Over Beers and our best fan. The Irish Bears guys, the Irish Bears podcast guys flew over from Ireland. They're in town for the game. My buddy Danny Meehan's there. So we know a bunch of people at this game, which is pretty cool.
We had a couple super chats earlier. First one being from Hamza for £5. TNF curing my insomnia. Let's
I
see.
saw curing. I was like, contributing to
Uh,
curing.
well, if there was any game that was going to put you back to sleep,
Right.
it's probably this one. Thank
I'm
you,
hoping
Hamza.
it's not us, Hamza, but thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you that. And then John Salter for $5. Just want to say thank you. Thank goodness there's also hockey tonight. You are correct. Also, by the way, EJ, I gotta tell you about a very interesting Kraken connection that a mutual friend of ours has for next time I come up to Seattle for us to go to a Kraken game.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, I already said we're going to a Kraken game this year. I'm really excited to get a Climate Pledge and see him play in person. I picked up the package on TV so I can watch them pretty much every night they're on, which is cool. Um, nice thing to have in the background while you're doing other stuff. I love both grew up with hockey and really excited to have a pro team back in Seattle. Many people don't know that Seattle had a pro team long ago, but you know, anyways, good times. We'll get
yeah.
up there. That'll be fun.
If you guys are hockey fans, especially John, let me know who your teams are in the chat. I'm curious because I'm a Ducks fan. I'm curious what the distribution is in here.
Oh, I'm a Sabres fan, but I'm absolutely a lifelong Kraken fan too.
Lifelong Kraken fan.
Well, since last year, that's lifelong. The life of the Kraken, not my life.
Velus Jones anytime TD. You know what? I don't know if I saw that on Prize Picks. I don't know if they had Velus Jones up there.
Even if they did, I don't know that I would go near it because it's got to be one of the most high variance picks out there. He could go off. He had a little bit of success at last game, his first game. He was in and healthy. They used him a couple of times. Oh man, the hockey chat just exploded. That's awesome. But I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know what to make of the usage of Velus Jones in basically his second game healthy this year. Could be a ton. Could be they ignore him the entire game and he gets one touch for 3 yards. So not the kind of thing I'd want to bet on.
I was looking up. You know what Velus was? He was part of that USC receiving core because I was looking many years. Well, not many. Well, I guess technically many at this point. The USC receiving core back in the day, it was Juju, Drake London, Pittman, Amon-Ra, Velus. Who's the other kid that got drafted in like the fifth?
Tyler.
Vaughns.
Yeah, he plays for the Steelers.
They had 6 NFL receivers in the same receiving core and
In college.
and still lost 4 games.
And didn't use them all correctly. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ridiculous rooms in college. Kind of like when you look back at the Alabama running room when Derrick Henry was there and, Ingram and everybody, it's like, oh man, there's, Sony was there and Chubb or in Georgia, but you have Sony and Chubb and, what's his name went to the Rams and tore his knee up, who I was super
Sony
about.
also went to the Rams.
No,
Gurley.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
Gurley and Sony Michel and Chubb are all in the same running back room, and the fourth guy played in the league too. So, occasionally a college program just is loaded with NFL players, which is ridiculous if you look at the numbers and the distribution. But yeah, that USC receiving core was unreal.
Would you start Wentz or Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones is a better quarterback right now, but in terms of fantasy yardage, I feel like Wentz is going to get you a lot of empty calories, which fantasy football is all about. So
he might, but Jones is going to run for a bunch too.
True, but once you get in the red zone, that's the Saquon show.
Yeah, maybe. But the other thing about Wentz is they did the hedge. I don't know if you saw the hedge tweet earlier today that he's got a strained something in his elbow and he's going to go with it. It was very
Of
much.
course he
It
does.
was it was reminiscent of the Russ tweet.
Uh,
Um, so yeah. Anyways, that's out there. So the wheels might completely fall off the Wentz wagon. We'll
I,
see.
I would probably go Daniel Jones to be safe because this might just end up being the Brian Robinson game and not the Carson Wentz game. Um, and in general, I just trust the Giants' offense more at this point.
Yeah. How do
Jared
we
Cole.
feel? Oh, Jared popped up. I wanted to answer the Eno question first. How do we all feel about Eno finally getting his chance? We feel good he's finally getting his chance. We really wish it was somewhere besides Arizona. They are
Well,
so
it's not
dysfunctional
just
right
Eno
now.
getting his chance. My guy Keontae Ingram also is going to get significant snaps. So this is
It's still going to be in Arizona.
I'm feeling great today, EJ.
Okay.
My guys
All
getting
right. Yeah.
snaps.
No, we love Eno. We wish he was somewhere else. Jared super chat. Brett, you had Chubb, Gabe Davis, and Shakir and still lost by 20. How you feeling at 1-4? EJ, how are you enjoying full time football content? Should be a fun matchup tonight. So let's drink. I'll let Brett talk about his fantasy fortunes first.
Hold on. I'm gonna you talk first. I'm gonna pull up the matchup. I'm gonna describe what happened to me.
Oh, is this a bad beat of all time?
Oh God. Hold on. I need to find
All
it.
right. To answer your question, Jared, I'm liking it. It's actually not that much different than what I was doing for the past 2.5 years. I just have one less job, so that part's cool because I don't have to work from 7 a.m. to p.m. every night. I get a few more hours off and get to spend some more time with my kids, so that's pretty cool. But I'm still doing about the same amount of football work, which is fun and it's good, and I will not complain about that. Period. I appreciate that opportunity very much.
So last week in my Patreon league, which Jared is a part of, I had Joe Burrow get 18 points. I had Chubb get 25. I had Jamar get 8, which is not a whole lot, but it's not nothing. Gabe Davis got me 30. Khalil Shakir got me 15. But I lost because the Dolphins got -2 on defense. Fryermuth completely fucked me over. Or really, the Steelers' offense in general completely fucked me over with 2 points. Drake London got me like 5. And Antonio Gibson, of course, immediately became a backup on his own team, even as a starter. Just Washington things. So, yeah, I got reamed. It sucked. I lost by 20, even though I had 3 guys go completely off for me. But such is fantasy. It's been that kind of year, man. And what sucks is like I drafted Antonio Gibson on accident. It was on auto pick because I was trying to make a decision and just couldn't make it fast enough on sleeper
Wait.
and got caught on
You
auto
couldn't
pick.
you couldn't make a decision fast enough and something bad
I know.
happened?
Very on brand for me. Very on brand.
Oh, Andrew asked, start Brian Robinson or Ramondre Stevenson. With everything Bill Belichick is saying about Ramondre Stevenson, which Belichick is usually somewhat hesitant on praise for his own players. He lavishes praise on players on other teams that he's about to destroy and put on lockdown. I quipped the line yesterday that Bill Belichick has killed more stars on other teams than Michael Myers has. And I would go with Stevenson. He looks to be establishing sort of primary back dominance in that offense. And he was very efficient last week. Like he made a lot out of the touches he had. So
Dude, some of those jump cuts were insane.
His feet are so good. Everybody mischaracterizes him because he's a big guy. Like he's a weighty running back, right? And everybody's like, oh, he's a battering ram. And I'm like, nope, he has some of the best feet going. And the cuts he's able to make. You talked about jump cuts, little stop and start moves he pulls regularly all the way down the field. He'll string them together too. He is not at all a one cut and go runner because he doesn't have great breakaway speed. So he continues to make moves throughout the run, second level, third level, even down by the sideline, squeaking out 2 or 3 extra yards when he, does a little Ole move and dumps the defensive back in front of him for that last little bit. He's technically so much fun to watch as somebody that likes running back play because he just keeps working through the entire carry, and his feet are so good.
I'm trying to make a decision. I'm on my sleeper right now. I have, and chat, you can help me out with this. I got Brandon Ayuk, DK Metcalf, and Mike Evans, and I'm trying to decide 2 or 3 of those because I have an extra running back spot that I'm thinking about putting Eno or Brian Robinson in. I almost have too many good players. It's hard for me to choose.
1-4, too many good players. What a struggle.
Well, actually, yeah, this team is also 1-4. I have good teams and just horrible luck.
That's why
my problem.
fantasy is called fantasy. I would not put Mike Evans on the bench pretty much ever. Other than that, you can go wherever you want to.
I know, but that means I got to bench my guy Ayuk. You know how I feel about that.
I think you should. I think you should go against your better judgment.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put. Oh, and I also got Pickens on my bench too.
Ooh. Yeah, but think about the Steelers. You just talked about the Steelers offense screwing you over. So
yeah, all right. I'm gonna do Eno and David Montgomery and Brian Robinson and Dalvin Cook as my top 4 running backs. That team is 1-4, by the way. I don't know how.
bench
Man.
Ayuk. Yes, John, you should bench Ayuk. Alex, we agree. Bench Ayuk, but we all know.
I did it, chat. I benched him,
okay.
Which means he's going to get 200 yards this week. So you're welcome. JJ for $10. My fantasy team is loaded right now after picking up Kenneth Walker 2 weeks ago. First of all, I don't know what league you're in that had Kenneth Walker on waivers the entire time, but it definitely wasn't one that I'm in. Mahomes, Chubb, Sanders, Dobbins, Walker, DK, Amon-Ra, Lazard, Pitts, plus a returning Hopkins. Oh, that's pretty good. You can make a run with that. You can make a run with that.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty fucking good.
Pretty good.
Curtis Rogers for $10. Excited for all your success. You guys deserve the 500 watchers and more. We appreciate that. Quick question. Say the Ravens hypothetically blew the team up. How much would Justin Tucker be worth? A first or more? It's an interesting hypothetical, EJ. If everything from like 55 or at least 50 yards in was automatic for your team, and between 50 and 60 was a pretty good bet, analytically speaking, that would give your football team a pretty big advantage in one-score games, which the Ravens have won a lot of one-score games because of Justin Tucker. Theoretically speaking, his points value to a team in high leverage situations is probably one of the best individual non-quarterbacks in the entire league. Is that worth a first round pick, knowing that he's only in his 9th year and he probably has at least another 7-8 elite years left, if not more, because he's a kicker? I wouldn't rule out a first round pick for Justin Tucker, knowing that any one-score game I'm in, he can win it for us.
Yeah, and certain teams would pay it. Certain snake bit teams with kicking who have the rest of the pieces there would pay it. If you're a team that is struggling on one side of the ball or the other, it's not worth it. If you're a team that's pretty damn solid and you've lost 3 or 4 heartbreakers a year to the kicking game, yep. It would not be out of the realm of possibility to spend a low first on him.
Bears would have won a Super Bowl if they had a Justin Tucker like kicker a few years ago. They would have done it, guarantee you.
Really? You okay? Fine.
Start drinking, bud. It's gonna be that kind of night.
It is. It is. Speaking of, I gotta grab my tablet real quick.
But I think it's a valid. And chat, feel free to weigh in below. But I think it's a valid question. Is an automatic 3 points anytime you hit the 40-yard line? Statistically speaking, is that worth a first round pick? I wouldn't really rule it out. I think God, these bots, man, relentless tonight. Got dropped for some reason. 12-man league. Oh, that's really good for a 12-man league. God damn. I drafted really well. I just got unlucky. All my players suck. I mean, I have been bit by the injury bug pretty hard because in one of my leagues that I'm all in on the Niners, I had Lance and I had Elijah and I had Ayuk, and Ayuk's the only one I got left standing. So it has been that kind of year for me where there's some teams where I'm just already extremely thin because of injuries, and what can you do? Show him a Cody Parkey highlight before the trade. You get a first. Yeah, probably. William for $10 about the Panthers apparently looking to trade stars. What stars could you see being traded, and which do you think will have no shot of being traded? Christian McCaffrey, I think, is probably the obvious answer for who would get moved because he's a running back. And if you're starting a rebuild, running back is not the position you start with. So you might as well unload him while he still has value, and then you can get a cheap running back through literally any other means. And if you're getting a day 2 pick back for McCaffrey, which at this point you're not getting more than a day 2 pick for him. He's probably the obvious one to get moved. Potentially Brian Burns, but he would require significantly more assets to get. At least a first round pick, maybe a first plus a second. Like he's a legit top 10 edge rusher in the league. Those are not cheap. So as for who is willing to part with that many assets to get him, any number of teams, like nobody's ever going to turn down the opportunity to get a guy like Brian Burns, but it will cost a lot. What about you, EJ?
Well, everybody keeps saying DJ Moore, and they're not moving DJ Moore. They just paid him $20 million. They just paid him a $20 million bonus to extend him. Robbie Anderson probably gets moved, and I think there's a bunch of teams, including the Bears, that could be interested in a guy like Robbie Anderson. His salary is not that large. He has been productive. He's better than what they have in for as to what he provides for a wide receiver room. I don't think Ryan Poles will do it, but I think Robbie Anderson probably gets moved. The Burns thing is like, he's premium. You're going to have to lay down some assets for Burns. Same thing for Derek. Derek Brown, the defensive tackle, who's really a very talented player, a little bit less premium than an edge rusher because of positional valuation, but you're still going to have to, it's not going to be a first, but you're going to have to lay down a high pick to get a young, talented defender on a cheap contract who has a couple of years left. Everybody says CMC, but I don't know, man. CMC is so hit and miss. We talked about him being a glass cannon. That's no secret. We're certainly not the first to have said that. That seems really high risk when you can just get running backs for so much cheaper. He is amazingly productive when he's on the field, but it's when he's on the field that's the kicker.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. It's weird because Baker is. We talked about Matt Ryan being pretty much the worst starting quarterback in the league. Baker's giving him a run for his money.
He ain't that far off. Yeah.
He's really close. Like those two are neck and neck for worst starting quarterback in the league. So it's tough to say like, oh, well, what could change if, a lot of people have suggested, hey, PJ Walker even comes in and plays decent this week and gives, a 40% target share to CMC and DJ each. Like, I bet they score a bunch of points. It's a talented team, and it's been a little bit artificially suppressed. So I don't know. It's weird. Everybody says fire sale. And I'm like, I think they could. It depends. They're going to be a little bit gun shy because they just pitched $40 million to Rule, which is just dead money. Like,
yeah, David Tepper's got enough where he
understand
won't miss that.
I understand that Tepper did the same thing with a real estate deal, like basically just cut it off in the middle and said, forget it, hands off, which was a much larger loss. He's not unfamiliar with the losses, but I just don't think, I think it's a time thing more than a money thing. I don't think he wants to go back to a 3-year slate to build the team up. He looks at all the talent he has on the team and says, hey, what few pieces can I maximize to make this work? And obviously you got to get quarterback right. That's every team. You're going to need a couple more pieces, but honestly, they've been loading up that defense for years. They got a bunch of playmakers on offense that, again, haven't really been able to show what they can do because of the quarterback situation. Like, you get a coach and a quarterback you like, I think the Panthers' fortunes could turn around pretty quickly.
We just had kickoff here. Just put up the score bug so you guys can keep track of exactly where we're at, so you can try to sync up the game for yourselves. Bears coming out in their all oranges.
First time ever.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I'm not wild about the all orange. I like the variety. I would have done something different for the variety of colors, but it's cool to see. And honestly, if my thing about this is I would have rather had them use orange helmet, navy jersey, and orange
Yeah.
pants,
The
which
all orange, I'm just not.
would have been super cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
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 Justin
oh, look at that.
escaping.
Twice,
Somehow escaping again.
3 times, and
I'll,
like 7 yards
I'll
because
take
he's
it.
Justin.
I'll take it. Yeah, I just feel like I'm watching a Bengals game right now. That's what it looks like.
But no, they're black and white now. Just
Oh,
kidding.
okay. Okay.
No, this is boy. Look at the left tackle. That's Braxton Jones going. Woof, Montez Sweat. Hello.
Yeah. Fitzy for $10. Is tonight the 75-yard Blasingame wheel route TD game? God,
I
God
hope
willing.
so.
God willing.
I hope so.
Oh,
Kari
man.
Blasingame, the fullback for the Bears, has a lot of talent. They haven't really used him in that way. They've used him a little. He's been a great blocker. Oh, nice.
All right.
Good
Catch number
solid
1 for
completion.
Mooney. I'll
Yep.
take that.
Good solid completion to Mooney. I want to see a lot of that. And a lot of people are going to think routes like that are boring, little stop routes out to the corner. Like, they're not. They're not boring. They're chain movers. They're consistency added to the Chicago offense. We started to see some of that in the end of the Vikings game, and I'm all for it. Like, I'm all for boring 10-yard routes that are easy pitch and catch completions. I want to see a bunch of those. And it's cool to see them early, too.
I think we've already had my first overheating issue of the night, EJ, so that's fun. It's okay. My camera will be back in about 2 minutes, people.
That's all right. I still get to see you on your phone, so there you go.
All
yeah,
right.
there's an interior run for the Bears, and it looked like I think interior runs are pretty much going to look because for those of you not familiar with the interior of the offensive line for the Bears, it's really not pretty. Sam Mustipher is the center. He is not good. Lucas Patrick is the
Dude,
guard right
Owen's going to come after you, man.
He is, but he's got plenty of people. I'm low on his list. Lucas Patrick is the guy they brought in to play center, but he broke his hand and he has not been snapping. So he's at guard and he's looked pretty soft there. And then Cody Whitehair got hurt. So it's a rotating cast of characters trying to figure out who the other guard is. So the interior three for the Bears, not really a strength. And we talked at the top of the broadcast about Allen and Deron Payne as two of the most stout, like old man strength interior run defenders there are in the league. And it's going to be tough to root those guys out and get movement.
Holding on defense, automatic first down. We'll take it. Take it any way we can get it. A rare defensive hold on a defensive lineman. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that is odd. Let's see the replay.
I'm curious to see what they called.
Oh no, he went to tackle.
Oh, he grabbed him by the wait.
It looked like he had him by the front here. That's a weak call, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that call.
Nah, that's a weak call. Even as a Bears fan, that's a weak call. Oh, don't run. Don't run. Thank you. You
could tell he kind of wanted to.
He did. He needs to get rid of that ball, though.
Yeah.
He looked and looked and looked, and he's got to pull the trigger and say, all right. I'm really glad they didn't run into the front, though, when I was saying don't run. The Bears have had this nasty habit of stacking a line like that, and you can see the Commanders basically motion to stack against that and say, we're going to put too many guys in the box. We're going to force you out of run. And the Bears have run anyways in those situations, and you really need to audible out. So
he did have the backside dig if he wanted it. It would have been a tough throw, but he did have it.
Yeah, and I just would rather, even if he doesn't want to throw that, I want to see him get out of that pocket, just toss it away and live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Just a hair quicker. Nice. Oh, miscommunication with Mooney. He had two of those for sure. Two of those in the Vikings game. He and Mooney just missed on a couple. One would have been a touchdown. I think that Justin was throwing it to the front pylon and Mooney was running to the back pylon. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there was one in the second half as well that would have been a pretty decent gain. So they're still dialing it in. They worked a lot in the offseason, probably the most of any quarterback receiver combination for the Bears. But there's still ones like that where they're just not quite perfect. Oh, he's getting scared.
Again. Yeah.
He's getting scared.
He's dropping his eyes every time the pocket collapses. You just got to get rid of it.
Which is every time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what his sack rate for the season through 5 games was?
Something stupid.
18%.
Yeah.
1 in 5. He's being sacked 1 in 5, basically, for dropbacks,
And
which
like
is
that one's not his fault, but he just
no.
you got to throw it
But look at
away.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick just got pushed right into his lap. Patrick has been soft, soft, soft at guard. So I really hope his hand heals up and he gets to snap and maybe he's a little better at the pivot. But at guard, Patrick has looked just overmatched. So good news is Tevin Jenkins. Ball.
They rolled him down.
All right.
Rolled him
That's
down.
Sanborn. That's your boy.
It's a
Uh,
running back. LaVisca should move. Nasty, Chenault, and Hubbard as a dude. I could see LaVisca as a running back. I could see that.
all right.
Grandmaster Yoda, thank you for $5.
Lucas has got one up there too. Great night in sports, NFL and NHL on 2 screens. You guys on the laptop and the sound system. Woohoo! I'm glad we rate the sound system. That's pretty cool.
Paxman for $2. Better prospect, Najee or Hall? Let's go. Which Hall? There's multiple Halls off the top of my head. Oh, are you talking about the kid coming out of Bama this year? The Georgia Tech transfer, if that's who you're talking about.
No, that's Gibbs. Isn't that Gibbs?
You're right. I think that is Gibbs. Which
Yeah,
Hall?
it's Gibbs. I don't know which Hall.
Clarify in chat which Hall you're talking about. Because I haven't really got dug into too many prospects yet for this year. Full disclosure, I usually do that like a couple months from now. And the first group I'm looking at is going to be whoever is going to Shrine, which we have no idea who's going to Shrine yet, because that's my first draft event. So hopefully in a couple months I'll have a better idea. Andy for $10.
Brees Hall. He's talking about Brees Hall.
Brees.
Yeah.
I was not that high on Najee coming out. I did not have him as one of my top 4 running backs.
Yeah, I like him as a modern NFL running back that can catch just as easily as he can run. But in terms of run skills, and you're seeing Brees be used more in the passing game over the last couple of weeks, which is not something he was asked to do in college, hardly at all. He caught almost exclusively screens. He caught occasionally an angle route, but very few of them. So a lot of people said he can't do it. And it's another question of, is it can't or wasn't asked to? And the fact is, over what you've seen just with the Jets in the last couple of weeks, it's wasn't asked to, not can't.
Yeah.
So I would go Brees because Brees's big plays are bigger. And,
actually,
the baseline, I think, is the same.
I might have actually had Najee at 4th. Maybe it wasn't top 3 because I had him and Khalil Herbert like right next to each other. I'm trying to remember the exact order that I had. Maybe Etienne I had as 5 and Najee was 4. Because Javonte was my number 1.
Javonte was my 1 as well.
And then I'm pretty sure I had Herbert at 3 or 4. I got to go back through. But either way, right. I was not a big fan of the Najee pick in the first round anyway. So
Mike is a legend, I got to say.
What did Mike do?
Mike just dropped a super chat for $10. Not watching the game, just your stream. I just want to support good football discussion, and you guys are the best, hoping to increase the metrics to appease the almighty algorithm and help grow the channel. Mike, you are a legend. That is the best.
Yeah, we got 500 people in right now, which, by the way, EJ, do you know how much 500 people is on a live stream?
I actually do.
That's like, if this was on Twitch, for instance, that would be top 1% of the top 1%. Like, this is mind blowing that this many people are even here. So
yeah, for this game especially.
For this game of all games, yes.
Come for friends in football. The game is secondary, especially tonight. But Roquan Smith, let's see what he's doing, because he has had a very up and down season, non-Bears fans or even Bears fans. He played like Dookie for the first couple of games. He had a really good third game, and everybody said, aha, he's back after the hold in. He's back up to speed. And then he has continued to play not great, get blocked, not get off blocks, not be an impact player again, which is tough for me to say, especially because, nice pass. Is that Robinson?
9.
Oh, it's Brisker.
Yeah. They brought him off the edge. I couldn't tell if it was 0 or if it was like a zone replace pressure. I'll have to wait to see the replay, but he came clean off the edge.
Yeah, but look at he wasn't the only one. This is a bit of a jailbreak.
Oh, yeah, that's 0. They're straight up 0. And they just brought everybody. How do you not have an answer off the edge for 0?
Your Wentz. That's how. No, that's Morrow came through in the middle. He was the A gap double, and then Brisker was off the right edge. And Brisker's an impact defender around the line of scrimmage, especially. So I'm not surprised. That's a great highlight for him to get on a national game. Um, yeah, stays on his toes, doesn't jump or dive, just drives right into him. Legal hit, no flag. That's important these days. That's a really good play by Brisker.
That is 100% on the quarterback though, because
Oh, I fully agree.
just for chat
Yeah,
to
yeah.
know, mathematics wise, if you get sacked on 0, it is the quarterback's fault, like 90% of the time, because the offensive line is taught block inside and out, and you saw the left tackle take the inside guy. It was 2-on-1. That extra one is the quarterback's responsibility every single
You
day
have
of the
to
week.
you have to account for it.
Yeah.
No, this is, and one of my favorite plays from the second half of the Vikings game, Bears Vikings game on Sunday.
Hmm.
They overload blitz, defense's left hand side, offense's right hand side. They line up a defensive end and a linebacker over Komet, and they both come. And Justin sees it immediately and nails Komet between the numbers, throws into the blitz, hits him hot, and I mean immediately. Ball hits his hands, nails him between the 8 and the 5, ends up being like an 8-yard gain. And while that might not be a super exciting or sexy play, it is the right recognition, is a good throw, and most importantly, it is going to keep blitzes off Justin later in the season. Because if you beat a blitz throwing hot into the blitz, defenses will do it less.
Yeah.
And
Because
that was
nobody wants to just give up 8 yards for free.
and that was one of my favorite plays. It was a bang bang play, ball in his hands, hits Komet, looks like a simple little play, but it shows growth, it shows recognition. It was immediate, pitch and catch. Loved it.
Going back through a couple other super chats here while we have a break. Jared for $10. Brett, I give you fantasy crap, but I mismanaged my way to a loss with K9, Devonta, Michael Carter on my bench. Oh, God, all on your bench. Not as often, but I do feel it. Yeah, I think Walker's going to be good for you for the rest of the year. Andy for $10, currently driving from Seattle to San Antonio for a move. Jesus, Seattle to San Antonio. Good Lord.
Hey, tacos are way better in San Antonio.
Yeah. You've
There's
seen
some
Texas
decent-
football culture on a scale from 9 to 10. How dirty will the looks be when I wear my Seahawks jerseys on Sunday? In San Antonio, not that dirty.
Not that dirty.
There's a lot of transplants there now. Like you
Yeah.
might not even be alone. There's probably a Hawks bar there.
Oh no. They're using deep dish pizza to show the imbalance between the Bears passing and rushing games. Not good.
There's a lot of Chicago
yes.
natives
Get it,
that
get
resent
it,
that.
get it. Yes. They ran this play against the Vikings. They used a different receiver. Here they used Komet. In the Vikings game, they used Mooney. This is basically a little sort of play action boot. They get play action. They get the defense flowing to the right-hand side. And then this is just Justin out in space, athleticism. Really good block there from 88.
Interesting little note there on that is you started to see naked boots go completely away. And by that, I mean when you boot out, not having a blocker in front, because defenses are just sending the end man on the line of scrimmage after the quarterback 100% of the time. And so you saw the tight end come across, and anytime you're seeing a bootleg these days, it's off a split zone look, so the tight end's coming under, and the tight end will act as a blocker for the quarterback because they don't trust the backside edge rushers to chase anymore. So interesting little note there that they don't really run naked. The league, period, doesn't really run naked anymore.
It's a bummer. They got a flag on this last play. Legal man downfield, Borum. So watch what they do. They pull Komet across as a blocker. He basically chips and turns into a screen threat. He comes across. This is his guy, hits him, and then boom, they get this nice little bit. But Borum, not my favorite dude. Not only is he too far downfield, but he doesn't even touch anybody.
Number one coaching point is retrace your steps. Offensive line coaches always say that if you're coming back on a screen, retrace your steps until you know the ball is out. He went vertical instead of coming back flat.
David Montgomery with a stiff arm to Narnia. Was that off the pot? Stiff arm to
Yeah.
Narnia? Yeah, that was good. One of my favorite things about, I mean, I have a lot of favorite things about David Montgomery. He is a very tough player. He's a very skillful player. He's a very willful player. And his aim, we talk about pass rushers aim with their hands and offensive linemen's aim with their punch. David Montgomery's aim with his stiff arm is, I mean, that guy is the rifleman.
He's
He
got a
hits
wicked
people.
right.
He hits people in the helmet all the time, and it just bends their head over and drops them. Look at this. Okay.
How many completions are we at so far? Let me check my slip. I gotta think it's at least. I think I'm almost like
I
halfway there.
What I love is Fields looks, with the exception of the bad deep sack he took, he looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's competent and confident both. And that's not a combination we've seen repeated play after play to hook a drive together. We've seen it in fits and starts. Oh, Mooney as the blocker on the edge. That
But you
is
see,
not my
they're
favorite.
keeping a blocker every single time. I don't want it to be a 180-pound receiver, but they're not trusting naked anymore because he's going to get crushed every time they do.
Yeah, but and Mooney I mean, pound for pound is a good blocker. Look at him put the effort in.
But that's a 100-pound difference.
Oh, easy. But Mooney will try, even as a smaller receiver. There are bigger receivers who try a lot less than Darnell
Yeah.
Mooney.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Rotating into cover 3.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, a couple yards. The interior rushing, said this at the top of the show, interior rushing against the Commanders is going to be tough sledding. It's not going to be fun. Like, Jack Del Rio is many things, but he can scheme up a run defense against between the tackles runs for sure.
He looks like he's lost weight.
Fitzpatrick, what do you got? Pettis on your fantasy team, Fitzy?
God. If you have Pettis on your fantasy team, you are going through it this year.
Yeah, it's a 22 team league.
All right, third and 3 for Justin, just outside the red zone. What you got? Little
Mooney.
flare screen.
Yeah. I think you got it. Ooh.
It's a close spot.
Oh, look at the ref. He's shading it to the left.
If it's close, reload and sneak it. They might do a measurement. I don't know.
I think they're going to measure that it's a good ball. It's on time. It's on target. It lets the receiver go after Yak. And again, Mooney, tough at 178 pounds to be able to pull through that waist tackle and at least give it a shot.
Okay, they marked him short.
Saying it. Yeah, but oh man. All right, just that. Okay.
They got it.
Yeah.
Tough to get it through Deron Payne, but they did it. Oh, is he hurt? No. Okay. He was holding his elbow as his own offensive lineman was taking him to the ground. So
yeah,
I was a little worried about that.
No heart palpitations early in the stream. That's good. Ooh, he gets.
He got crushed. He got crunched.
He got squished. Always running for $5. Your commentary is better than the broadcast. Thanks. Thank you. Double thank you. Thank you for the $5 and thank you for the compliment. That's amazing.
Oh man, Justin looked like he got swept away by a river there.
Yeah, I think he was pushing for the first part. Nice run by Montgomery.
Yeah, getting flop.
Oh, no, I don't think a flop. Somebody's getting. Oh, it's Lucas Pat. No,
and the Oscar goes to
the Oscar goes to Robert Tunyon, or Cam Dantzler. Cam Dantzler erased Justin's very large 50-yard touchdown scramble with I'm not going to make it.
Sam Mustipher going.
Yeah. Well, if Mustipher earned something for the Bears there, it would be a plus in a resume that could use it. A little jet sweep action. Velus.
Man, you almost got your Velus Jones anytime TD there. Break one more tackle and he houses that. Hendog for $20. I have a feel-bad story from fantasy football this week. I released Kenneth Walker on Sunday 4 hours before Penny broke his leg. Should have listened and held on. Oh, man, you wait that long? You hold on to Walker that long and then release him?
That's the worst. And
Oh,
trust me, we've all done it. We've all been like, nah, 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 yeah. And then, oh, should have kept on nah. All
you wait
right.
till he's finally healthy and then release him. God.
So far, I'm encouraged by what the Bears are showing on offense, and it is a rarity for me to be able to say that, especially this year. They are stringing plays together. They are not getting behind the sticks. They are not shooting themselves in the foot so far, and all that looks way better. This is a much faster start than we've seen from them almost all year. The original script piece of, well, Luke Getzey in terms of his 15 to 20 play script to open games has not produced results like this. So this is really encouraging, actually, as a Bears fan.
All right. Let's see here in the red zone.
Oh, batted
Ball
ball.
batted. I think they picked it. Yep, they
Yep.
picked it.
Big man
God
pick.
damn it. Just when we start just
Yeah.
when we start singing their praises. Does that count
Oh,
as
and
a
it's
completion
Allen.
for me?
Nope.
Oh God. That's so Bears. That is so Bears.
Oh, John Allen tipped it and picked it.
God. Unreal.
That is a
Yes.
lucky play. Super fickle, but
It's such a good
I-
drive too.
yeah, I'm I'm actually hoping that Wentz does something silly with the ball deep in their own end.
I don't
That
think you need to hope that much, EJ.
I'm hoping he does it now. I would like immediate gratification on this wish, if I can let that genie out of the bottle. Um, did we give Octave Chemical Drive
we have
his
we have
due?
not.
All right, 1999. Thank you very much. Giving some love to y'all. Best football content available. Thank you very much. Very happy as a Giants fan right now. You should be. Brian Dable and Mike Kafka are fun to watch right now as a combination, just using the talent they have and not letting shoulds dictate what they are trying to do with their players, but instead being really just straight up about what they have and what they don't specifically. It's a masterwork of coaching right now. It is really adapting to your players. We say that all coaches should do that. It's rarer it's more rare in the NFL than you might think. And Dable and Kafka are just putting on a masterclass right now.
Also, I do want to give special props to Andrew Thomas, considering what he looked like his rookie year and what he looks like now. It's rare, and we always say this, like, progression is not linear. He came into the NFL looking like one of the three best tackles in his class. He was phenomenal in college, allowed virtually no pressure to anyone ever. And then his rookie year happened, and they went through, I think, 3 different offensive line coaches his rookie year. His technique was a mess. His hands were a mess. His feet was a mess. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and he was horrible. He was arguably the worst left tackle in the league his rookie year. But he was developed. He stuck with it. Progression is not linear, and even though there was a valley, there has been a phenomenal peak for Andrew Thomas this season, and he is playing like one of the best left tackles in the league. So I want to give him a shout out for sticking with it and developing and at least right now playing like the player the Giants thought they were getting.
That's brutal. Allen didn't tip that ball. Justin knocked it off somebody's helmet.
Oh God, that's rough luck. That's even more unlucky then. Also, great awareness for Allen then to just know it was in the air.
Yeah, no. That is the downside of having a very powerful arm. That ball popped up real high. Uh-oh, there's that run defense. Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a flag, though. Let's see if it's holding.
I don't think Antonio Gibson's even got a touch yet.
I doubt he has.
Yeah.
Autumn, by the way, said she's going to Browns Bengals on Halloween. Autumn, that's going to be super awesome.
Are you doing a costume with me at the Buffalo Green Bay game that weekend, EJ?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about it.
I'm bringing one.
Really?
Yeah. It's a very easy costume to pack.
Oh, is it the one you talked about earlier?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. All right.
You guys will see it. You'll see it.
All right.
When we do our podcast from Buffalo. By the way, I was on with Rockpile yesterday, and I basically just confirmed with them we're going to use their studio because that's easier.
Yeah, I was talking to Drew too. He's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to Brett about it right now." I'm like, "I asked you yesterday. Let's get it going." So no, big thanks to Drew and Chris in Buffalo. If they're hanging out with us tonight, we will be doing our Thursday night live stream uh, from. Well, I will probably be doing the Thursday night live stream. I don't know. You're not coming in until Friday, right?
I'm flying into Buffalo on that Friday. You're going to be there before, so you'll be doing it from their studio on Thursday, and then we'll do the
Yep.
podcast on Monday morning from their place.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be living it at the Rockpile Studio. This is gonna be fun because they're all stacked up with Montucky cold snacks now.
Uh
And
huh.
did you see they got a care package?
Oh yeah, they got like 4 cases of it.
Yeah, and sunglasses.
Uh huh.
Montucky sent them sunglasses too. That was great. Oh,
Big seam ball
ooh,
from Wentz.
ooh,
Good throw to
yeah, Cole
Turner.
Turner. Man, Cole Turner, I loved him in the draft for plays like that. There are plays he's not great at. He's not a super good blocker, but man, the seam, getting him down the seam. This is this is Carson Strong's tight end from Nevada,
Eddie looked
and
like he ran into a wall.
he did, but he hit him hard
He
and in
did.
the back. That's not going to feel good. I don't care who you are. So no, Cole Turner's used to it. Big target. I thought he was a steal in the draft.
All right, looks like we're in cover two here. They ran into it with Brian Robinson, getting a nice easy 5. That's what he can get you. Is just easy 5-yard gains all day long. Keep you
Brian
on
Robinson's
schedule.
good at everything. He's not
Yeah.
great at anything, but he is good and solid at everything. He's great at blocking, not surprising for an Alabama back. He is good running between the tackles. He is good running to the edge. Um, he's got good speed. He's got better than average power. Like he's just good all the way across. He doesn't have that one trump card where you go, oh, Brian Robinson's the best at blank. But he's very solid in, I would say, the short passing game. Not really a guy I'm going to send on 25-yard wheels, but like he is just so solid. I pushed him down a little bit farther in my running back rankings, but I got to a point where I was like, yeah, but he's better than everything,
Yeah.
better than this guy at everything. So I can't put him below him. So he didn't go that far, but there were definitely some guys that had real, I would say, trump card attributes in terms of, hey, they're just exceptional at, game breaking ability, whatever it is. But Robinson, really, really good football player, really tough, great size. Tended to be underrated because he just wasn't super flashy at any one thing.
When I grade running backs, I kind of like lump them into categories of okay, who's like the clear superstars. Brees and Kenneth Walker were that this year. And then next is like who's a 3-down back? Who's somebody that's not just a role player, but if we're in a no huddle situation,
Right.
I'm willing to give him short yardage carries. But if we're just throwing and throwing and throwing, I can trust him in protection or trust him as a receiver. We can run inside, we can run outside. And if we're in like a hurry up situation where we're on 1-word calls and we got to run the entire playbook here, like who can do that? And Brian Robinson to me was one of those 3-down backs. Doesn't necessarily mean that he was the most explosive. Like he's not as explosive as a receiver as James Cook, but he does more than James Cook. So I could see him having a lot better career than Cook, even though Cook went ahead of him. And, he was one of those 3-down backs. Damian Pierce was one of those 3-down backs. Rashad White. Like there was actually a pretty good amount of them in this class. None of them went higher than I think the 3rd round. But like this running back class, I think was just even more proof that you don't need to spend a high pick to get a very effective running back.
No, and that's the thing when you're looking at, hey, do you pay a David Montgomery? And I love David Montgomery. I just talked glowingly about him less than a quarter ago. Great running back. If he's not willing to take a somewhat depressed contract, and I don't think he should. Running backs should get all the money they can every time they can. But from Brian Pohl's perspective, from the Bears' perspective, you can go out and get 3 other running backs for basically nothing. You don't pay premiums for second contracts on running backs because it so rarely works out.
And why would you pay him when you got Khalil Herbert?
That's my point, is you can run Khalil Herbert as your primary back and go get 2 other backs in either the low rounds or a low round or a UDFA and be fine, be completely fine.
Brian Robinson is elite at recovering from bullet wounds. That's a fact. Yeah, I'll give him that. He's got Wolverine healing.
100%. Not going to argue that point at all.
Man, Commanders defense only has 2 takeaways the entire year, and that was one of them. That's a horrific defensive stat. My God. All right. 2nd and 5 for Wentz from his own 29.
Missed him.
That's the shit that infuriates me with him. He can't hit the layups, man.
I know. And that, Justin has not been able to do that consistently throughout this year. So it was really nice to see that first drive where, even though they had a couple setbacks, they had a couple penalties, they had the one on Borum that took away a good play. Didn't matter. They kept at it, and he kept hitting those little, I call them boring, but, they're almost like links in a chain. They keep a drive hooked together and keep it moving. And he hit more of those on that first drive. It was really good to see.
So now we got 3rd and a long 5 for Wentz. It's a little bit over 5. They're bringing pressure up the middle, and he.
Oh no!
Oh, he got out of it. No, he didn't. No,
he didn't. He got
almost got out of it though.
Almost got out of it. Is that Roquan?
Yeah, it was Roquan.
Yep.
Split the double, 50. Ran right through it, and got to Carson.
And that is the kind of play, quite frankly, that Roquan Smith needs on nationally televised games to elevate the profile, because that's what he hasn't had in previous years. And comes back.
Ran right through him.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And Wentz is a big, strong quarterback. He's a tough guy to get down, but I'm really happy that Roquan stayed with that, didn't give it up after he lost him.
Good Lord.
That's a good play.
That was a great play.
It will elevate his profile. I hate to say it, folks, but you got to make plays in nationally televised games, in Sunday night games, Monday night games, or Thursday night games. If you want postseason awards, you got to do some things in front of voters, and this is the best chance to do it. Although a lot of voters are probably not watching this game.
Yeah, a lot of people got better things to do on a Thursday night.
Not us.
Not us.
We love it. We love it.
Honestly, hey, we're not down yet, so I'll take the win. I'll take the win.
I just put it out in the tweet earlier today. It's like football and friends is very rarely bad, and if the football's good on top of that, that's a bonus. But we really appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. 500 plus views, pretty damn cool, and this is fun. This is fun.
Bears need all white uniforms with a white or navy helmet. I would love all whites with a navy.
I don't like it.
Oh, no, that's so clean.
I don't like it, though. It's not my favorite Bears uniform. They have worn them in the past. I'm not a fan of this orange combination.
Oh, Khalil Herbert breaking one off.
Look out.
Oh! Go! Look at Justin hustling.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you know what that sound is?
Ka-ching.
No, that is the sound of Monty not getting an extension. Oh, man. I love Montgomery, but come on.
Watch Justin. Watch Justin. Number 1, run this down from behind. Like, he's completely off screen. He's 2 counties over right now. And then watch him just come in from behind.
Woo! Almost. I
love that he's sold out for it, though.
Yeah, but look at this. Staying low. Keeping a good base. I love the fact that he turns back inside. He's looking for more. He expects it. That's the great thing about Khalil Herbert. He's never surprised when he breaks a tackle. He knows what he's doing if he does. Look out.
Oh my God, he got out of it.
Here he goes.
There's a flag, though. I think this is coming back.
I'm sure there's a hold or something. Oh, got to get those cleats inspected at halftime, man. That was rough.
Honestly, just the fact that he didn't take a hit.
And honestly, I have to say, in one of the biggest underdog surprises of the week, the Soldier Field turf does not look like absolute ass.
Especially after all the rain they've had.
It's been, they reseeded it yet again. The Chicago Metropolitan Park District has been the whipping boy of Chicago sports forever. Their field has been terrible over the years, and this looks pretty damn good, I gotta say.
12 men on defense.
Guys?
Yep.
Oh, leave it to Washington to be the one team that the Bears play that it's not the Bears' terrible mistake that costs them. It's Washington's.
3-3 at all cost, EJ. 3-3 at all cost.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. From the 3.
All right. Got a PA right? Nope. Just handed it right. Okay. That's all right.
Um, I didn't get a good look at what the front was to see if he could have even
Well,
checked out of it. I'll have to look at all
nah,
22 for that later.
I wanted some PA action to the right there, play action to the right, draw the defense, and then again roll or boot. You got Justin. Like you're gonna have to kind of double cover because he can beat almost anybody you put on him as a spy. There are
Yeah.
very few players that you can spy him effectively with, so he can beat his guy, and that just gives you the number advantage. If the corner doesn't stick with the receiver, oh, get it!
Oh,
Oh, he
oh,
underthrew it!
come on. Oh,
Oh, that's
gotta
brutal.
put
He
some
had him
more
and he
air on
knows
that.
it. That's Ryan Griffin. He had him wide open and he just hot armed it. He
That was
just got
such a
excited.
good design, too.
Oh, he just needs to lay that in there with a little touch.
Mm,
I
mm.
know, free ball here.
That
Free
hurts.
ball.
That hurts
It
so
does.
bad.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he stays calm and comes back and gets it.
All right. All right. Run. You got one to beat. Oh, took a shot right to the head, though.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him stay outside there and just leverage the one guy and see if he could
I
beat him
he
over the
he
goal
could have
line.
he could have got it outside, I think, but it's fine.
He would have taken less hits. Texas
Fourth and
Dragon.
goal. I would go for it here. You're at the one
Yeah, I
yard
would
line.
push
Who
it.
cares?
I love the reaction from Justin there, though, in terms of feeling the pressure from the backside. He knows it's coming, just feels it and turns right there. He knows it's coming. It's been just that long. Clock goes off in his head. They are going to go for it.
With Khalil or with a sneak? That's what I'm curious about. With Khalil. And
And they didn't get it.
nope, he didn't get
They
it.
ran right into the teeth. I am not wild about that.
I'm not running behind that interior against that interior
Against those
defensive line.
guys,
Yeah, that's
no
not
way.
what I would have done.
All right. Well, that's not the greatest choice, but here we are. Texas Dragon for $9.99. Thank you, Texas Dragon. Love y'all's content. Keep it up. As a 49ers fan, how would y'all feel if we tried getting William Jackson? Since he's looking for a way out of the Commanders with Mosley out, I would love to see William Jackson
Yeah.
under D'Amico. Like, love, love, love. So that's where I weigh in on that.
Especially because Mosley's out, and Mosley's such an important part of that defense, and they've dealt with so many injuries in that corner group so far. I mean, even going back to training camp, when I was at training camp, their top 3 corners were all injured, and that was in August, which I'm sorry, that's when you're supposed to be healthy, and they have not been healthy pretty much the entire year. So if there was ever a team that needed an injection of depth, especially an injection of talented depth, it would be the Niners. And I'm sure William Jackson's agent would love to get him out of that situation and into a potential Super Bowl contender. So,
Yeah. No, so there you go, Texas Dragon. I love William Jackson. There's going to be a lot of people, I think, that are going to be looking to get out of the Commanders' power structure, especially if the ownership gets raked. And I was thinking about this today. Ron Rivera, in terms of the last 2 owners he's worked for,
I know
he's
Richardson to
knows,
Dan Snyder. Yeah,
he knows bad owners, man. Like he has been around 2 of the worst in the NFL. Richardson famously run out of Carolina for a lot of things. Snyder hanging on and threatening today to quote unquote bring down the NFL with dirt that he has paid to collect on other owners. I can see why players want to get out of that situation. And William Jackson is a quality football player, especially if your team plays man. Like if you're a big zone team, you know, the Bears under Eberflus and Allen Williams are more zone than they used to be. They still play some man, quarter, half kind of stuff, but they're more a zone team. If your team is a cover 1, cover 3 team, if you're a Pittsburgh, San Francisco's a good example. If you play a bunch of man, William Jackson is a very desirable asset.
Also, by the way, if there's one thing that billionaires love, it's being threatened with information from private investigators. So I'm sure that's going to go great for Dan Snyder.
I think Dan Snyder was already out of brownie points in terms of what he's threatened. I got to say, I really hate this play call from Getsy on the goal line. Like, the strength of the Commanders' defense is the 2 guys in the middle. They're absolute tree trunks. maybe you're just counting on your defense to force a mistake here and get a pick six or safety or
That
whatever.
seems to have been the plan so far in general, is count on Wentz to fuck it up.
And I that's a pretty solid run stop
I'm
for the
not saying
Bears.
it's
I
a bad plan, but it's the plan.
look at Justin Fields listening to his meditation tapes
Oh,
there.
he's going through it.
Oh, he knows he missed the one, and he can't be happy about the second play call either, or third play call. It's
Yeah,
actually the third play
yeah,
call. Yeah,
yeah.
he's probably taking an earful right now, and rightfully so. Like that's how young quarterbacks learn. Like you gotta get told. A little more touch, we get a touchdown. And he's probably thinking in his mind, yeah, a little better play call on fourth down, we get a touchdown.
Kel for $5. EJ, when you guys are in Buffalo, please introduce Brett to a plate. There's more than just wings out here, after all. Oh, believe me, I have heard plenty from EJ about how we're getting garbage plates while we're out there.
Yeah, garbage plates are a Rochester thing, but there's different plates. No, there's a lot of great food in Buffalo, and I was actually listening to again. I was rewatching the early Hot Ones, and Alton Brown was on there, and he had a theory. Alton Brown, the Food Network celebrity, and he had a theory that once a place gets associated with a food, and they start to think, okay, we've got this dialed, like Buffalo with wings, or Tampa or Miami with Cubano sandwiches or whatever. Once they're locked in, that actually the quality starts to decline, and that other people sort of bring more innovation to the food. So yeah, we'll be trying a bunch of the good stuff in Buffalo, but
Oh,
got to get him down.
big
There
play,
we go.
big play. Is that
Nah,
Terry
Buffalo's
or was it Samuel? Yeah, it was Terry. Nice glance route there.
yeah. Terry's a guy that you're not going to hold down for the entire game. Terry McLaurin, the wide receiver for Washington, who we're talking about. Jalen slipped a little bit there.
Yeah. But still, see, the thing is, like, off coverage against a glance route when you know the guy runs 4-3 and you're backing up anyway, that's such a hard route to stop because it hits so quick.
Yep.
Like, usually the ball's coming out, like, as he's rolling inside. It's almost impossible for a DB to stop it.
Yeah, I agree.
Bad ball again from Wentz on a gimme. You got to lead Brian Robinson there. He had a first down.
Yeah, Wentz is. I put out a tweet last Sunday that the Wentz bomb is one of the most chaotic things going in the NFL environment right now. It's like bad, 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 beautiful 28-yard completion over the shoulder on a rainbow down the middle of the field. And it like drops from the heavens and you're like, holy crap. And then you go back to all this garbage. And then you just get this beautiful, beautiful shot ball from Wentz. And it's just completely random.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 here. 23. Bears in too high. Looks like it's going to be cover 2. No, quarter, half.
Good tackle. That's a great tackle by Kyler Gordon.
Yep.
I'm really excited about that. Kyler Gordon's taken a lot of garbage. They've been playing him. They drafted him high. He was their first pick, but not their first round pick because they didn't have one. They've been playing in between nickel and outside or boundary corner. And that's very hard for a young corner to do. And he's taken his lumps early in the season against a larger target. Again, that's Cole Turner. Cole Turner outweighs Kyler Gordon by 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. That is a great track and tackle. And that's why they play him in the slot, is because he can do that role. It's a very valuable role. But moving back and forth between the two positions and often getting a team's toughest matchup. Here it comes. Not quite. Great.
Gordon was in the slot there on the number 3 and had good coverage on the little outbreaker too.
Yeah, Jalen was in McLaurin's pocket.
Yep.
Like, he is hip to hip. Jalen Johnson, if you don't know him, the outside corner for the Bears, number 33. Great player. Came out of Utah. Look at this. Hand-to-hand, chest-to-chest, gets around. Not going to draw a flag for that. Beautiful coverage.
Really no, that was Diami. That was Diami.
Oh, it's Diami?
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
Jalen, great coverage. Glad to have him back. He missed last week with an injury. And in that case, Kyler Gordon, the guy we were talking about, was ending up on Justin Jefferson a lot. And, look, Justin Jefferson's going to toast everybody. So Kyler Gordon's been taking his lumps. Really nice to see him make that play underneath on, I don't want to say it's a gimme, but it's an expected play. If he's in the slot there, that's his guy. Makes the play short of the first down. Really, really good to see, and I'm sure it helps his confidence.
I want to see all on Hot Ones break down this film while you're sweating for places you didn't know you could sweat from.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I think about that a lot. I think everybody thinks about that when they watch that show. How would I do if I was on Hot Ones? I would do terribly. I would be snotting, obviously complaining. I would come apart on probably wing like 6 or 7. I would be
I
guzzling half and
think
half.
I would do okay until I got to the bomb. Once I got to the bomb, I think
The
I would
bomb is a
melt.
terrible sauce by all accounts. Not that I've had any, but multiple people have said this is just plain old hot. It has no flavor. It's terrible. Like it's really, really hot, but it has nothing to it. It's just a terrible sauce.
Because like at least the other ones are like enjoyable, but that's
Yeah.
just hot for hot's sake.
Yeah. Even Trevor Noah was like, why? Why? There's just pain here. There's no flavor. So I would do fine to about wing 6 or 7, and then I would come completely unglued.
What is this? The little Mercedes EQS? Yeah, I think it is. These look so nice.
I Yeah, we need to revisit your Bronco conversation.
Hey, I will not apologize for loving the new Bronco. That thing is
I'm not talking about
sexy as
loving
fuck.
it, but you got to get like an 80s Land Cruiser.
Oh, that one that I sent you that was like
I
fully
know.
restored
Yeah.
with the Rush 8 track. Oh,
I
my
give you a free
God.
hall pass for that thing.
The mileage is like 4.
Oh God. Yeah. Shout out to Max Crosby for becoming a dad about an hour ago. Go Max.
Oh, good for him.
With how well he's doing so far this season, do you think his chances at DPOY are? Again, he's going to need to make some high-profile plays, and the Raiders are going to have to do better. If the Raiders don't do better, he will not win Defensive Player of the Year. And that's nothing against Max. I love Max, and I think he's great. And any list of the top edge rushers that doesn't include Max, if you get to like 7 or 8 and you haven't mentioned Max yet, I'm not reading anymore. Like, you shouldn't really get past about 5, maybe 6, depending on your tastes. So
they're going over best catches of the season.
yeah,
Right,
they're
okay.
comparing Pickens to Mooney's grab last weekend against the Vikes, which was strange. I broke that down on Bears Over Beers, that particular catch. It was Mooney made a hero catch on a catch that he didn't necessarily need to be a hero on. But I'm not going to complain because they completed the play. Isn't that the whole point of the thing? Like Justin threw a ball that was good enough to the right place, and Mooney decided how he was going to catch it, and he did. End of story. Like, it's a completion. Yes.
Got him.
Yes.
Got him.
You knew he was going to get him. You could tell. Again, I'm seeing the same TV angle you could. I could not tell who he was throwing to or what route it was. I knew he was going to get him. You can tell from Justin's body language in the pocket when he's got a guy he's going to hit.
Usually it's in the first half second. Like, I don't know what it is, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Where like you can almost see the light come on above his head.
Yep.
Like he's in The Sims, where like he knows he's got it.
100%. Oh, nice pitch. Okay. Yep. That's fine. I'm not gonna get on Montgomery for cutting that one back inside. Outside wouldn't have been all that much better, and he's gonna earn what he can earn. But the pitch was a little bit dangerous. Oh, Darnell Mooney from last week. Look at that.
Is Micah the favorite? I'm assuming for Defensive Player of the Year right now.
Look at this.
I would say so. Yeah.
Look at Mooney. Just one-handed them all.
On one foot,
and he's
too.
doing. Yeah, he's doing it on one of those little balance balls.
That's the Kamara
Yeah.
drill.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Although Kamara does it with like juggling at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Oh, look at Moon. Oh man, look at Montgomery through the middle. That's just a great little. He's a very, very good inside runner. I love watching him run inside. It's not always pretty, but boy, you think he's gonna get 3 and he gets 5 or 6.
Yeah, his next team's gonna love him.
I know. I know. And I'm okay with it. I really am, because it means a steady diet of Khalil Herbert and a chance to go get 2 or 3 of those running backs that I get excited about every year down the board, who you can get in the 5th, in the 6th, in the 7th. Happens every year.
Future Los Angeles Ram, David Montgomery.
Yeah, I could see it. They might be a little bit shy about that after Robinson. Deep
big
shot.
ball. Nah.
Didn't
Little
quite
too
get
far.
it.
A little too far.
Little too far, but I'll take that. I'm not upset with that. That was a design shot play by Getsy. Justin saw that he had one-on-one with inside leverage, and he said, all right, I'm going to do it. He said, I'm just going to cut it loose. And yeah, there's a chain mover. They're pointing at the guy. They're pointing at Pettis. But I want Justin to take that shot, because he is an accurate deep ball thrower. That is what he is good at. If you have Justin Fields and he always goes for the 7 or 8 yard check down, Like, I'm not happy with that. I want a shot per quarter at least where he's going outside the numbers, deep down the field, because you're going to hit a couple, and those are going to be the explosive plays that your offense needs to win games. So I'm not at all upset with that throw. It's, yeah, would I have liked it a little bit more inside? Sure, but that's picking nits. That's a pretty good throw against leverage. They don't complete it, but that's okay. I want to see him take it.
I'm actually a little bit surprised they punted there because I thought he was taking a shot because it was going to be 4th and 3 from midfield. I figured that he thought, well, if I don't get it, I'll still have a 4th and 3. I'm a little bit surprised that that they didn't go for that. I thought they could have gone for it there. I don't know.
Oh, our buddy Jack Hunter had a super chat lost in the wash. Sorry about that, Jack. What do you think of Jamie Salyer slotting in for Rashawn Slater and getting a ton of one-on-ones and no help? I think it's amazing. Salyer and his running mate in college, I couldn't really get a beat on either one of them. If you'd asked me if either of them were going to be a slot-in replacement for Rashawn Slater, I and everyone else in draft media would have said, and he absolutely is. He has looked the part. They have given him surprisingly little help, basically none. They have given him Rashawn Slater's workload and said, have at it, young man, and he's held up. It is anti-Chargers like. It is against the luck that they have had, and it's a beautiful thing. So
it was very much a back because he still did give up 6 pressures, but he had a lot of notable wins in key passing downs too. In the second half of that game, I kind of felt like it was a tale of two halves almost, where like the first half he kind of got the shit beat out of him, and then the second half he held up well enough for the team to, well, we can talk about the 4th down decision all we want, but there was a lot of key 3rd downs in the second half where, again, he was isolated and he did win. So it was one of those where he didn't pitch a perfect game, but he got him out of some key innings,
Yeah, for sure. Fitzy.
Same offer.
Andrew Fitzpatrick, Bear Down, same offer. $100 Bears defense TD sponsor for this drive.
Does that mean you're going to pay us $100 if the Bears get a defensive TD?
I'm not sure what that offer is, but you have been very kind to our efforts, Fitzy. Here's your koozie, keeping my seltzer nice and cold tonight, so I appreciate that.
Son of a bitch! I have Fitzy's gin downstairs.
That's right. We're gonna have to take solo turns during halftime, so you can go get the gin and I can go get a refill because I'm out of beer.
Yeah.
But there's Ron Rivera. Let's see if Carson can do anything. 1st and 10. He notably hasn't done a whole lot. All right, swing pass, and is that Brown?
No, it's Terry.
Oh, it's 17's McLaurin.
Yeah, they're giving him whatever touches they can at this point.
What's
Not that I disagree with that.
Yami's number is 2.
Uh-huh.
Like 2 on a wide receiver. That's just my thing.
Terry is so quick. Yeah, 4.3 speed. Don't lie.
Yeah. Somebody
fast.
asked me. Oh, I think it was JB. Somebody said in our post Bears Over Beers Q&A, is Justin Fields going to be the best player on the field tomorrow? And I was like, no. And they're like, who? First guy name. I was like, Terry McLaurin. They're like, okay. I was like, probably in Deron Payne, and okay. I'm excited actually about the Bears' interior run defense so far. Like, it has looked worlds better than it did against the Vikings in the first half. Against the Vikings in the first half, like you said, they were getting 4.5, 5 yards of pop before anybody touched them. They're just running at will. They're making them earn it tonight. I don't know. I know it's 0-0, but I'm fairly okay
with that cautious optimism I hear, EJ.
It's way better than it was in the first half last week. Let's put it that way and leave it.
Here we go. 2nd and 7. Wentz changing something at the line.
Yeah, they're behind the sticks here. It's going to put more pressure on Wentz. They're going deep. Oh, picket fence. All right.
So
that's Kindle Vilder.
Set up a 3rd and manageable.
No, that's Kindle Vilder. They set up the picket fence right on the 1st down marker, and it's rally and tackle. Let him get the completion and just fire forward. And boy, Kindle Vilder coming like he shot out of a cannon. He really limited that gain. I figured he'd give up at least a yard or 2 more.
Jared says they sell the sauces, by the way.
Yeah, I know they do. they're all not all of them, but yes, Hot Ones has a full range from mild to wild. So yeah, we could arrange killing ourselves if we want to, but
3rd and 4 here. Empty for Wentz.
yeah, trips to the field. Oh, he didn't get it. He just flat out missed him.
I'm apoplectic right now, EJ. I just
Why? You know it's coming. That's the thing. Is like this is Wentz in a nutshell. They go empty. They give him. Look, he's got leverage on the outside.
I'm trying to.
Oh,
What?
it's a terrible route too. McKissick runs a terrible route there.
I can't tell if he thought he was gonna roll it faster to get out there.
He already rolled it. He didn't even run the stem straight. He ran the stem towards the sideline.
But what I'm just wondering if
He thought he was going to cut a step earlier.
Yeah, like if Wentz thought he was just gonna go straight like flat, and then trust him to win with Yak and like break a tackle. It kind of seemed like McKissick thought, no, get to the sticks and then roll outside. I don't know.
It's miscommunication or inaccuracy from Wentz, but
Either way.
yeah, the end result is doesn't look good. You had empty, you had a free shot, not free shot, you had an open shot, and you don't come away with anything. And that's drive killer. I mean, pure and simple, that's a drive killer. And that's what the Bears have looked like for most of the season. And shoe is on the other foot tonight, which I can't say I'm sad about.
What is that? 3 layups that we've seen Carson not complete so far. That's rough. You can't. It's not a winning business model.
No, it's not a winning business model. Do a Hot Ones challenge at halftime? No.
JJ said that he's actually tried to bomb, and I think he said, hold on.
He said it was like straight gasoline.
Yeah.
I saw that. Not good. We could arrange a Hot Ones
torture.
Thing. It will not be when we have to actually talk about anything of merit. Maybe we'll do it at a fan meetup or something where we're, at the end of the night we'll do a Hot Wings thing. But no, we're not going to do it when we have to talk for 3 hours. That would be dumb.
Or when we don't have the ability to go to the bathroom for a 3-hour period.
Oh my God. Best comment I saw yesterday on social media. So there was the whole like $28 worth of Taco Bell thing going around.
Jesus.
Right. And somebody like lists out, they're like, oh, it's not that hard to spend $28 at Taco Bell. And they listed out the best retweet comment I saw is bathroom's going to sound like Gotham at night.
Yeah. From Kofi.
Oh, I was rolling. I was absolutely rolling. Yeah, I would not. I think that would.
It's so hard to spend $28 at Taco Bell. Like, how do you even do that?
Look at this.
Are they showing Arlington?
Shot of Arlington Heights. So this is where the Bears are going to build their stadium. This is salt in the wound for many Bears fans. This is the future home of the Bears Stadium. It is in the northwestern suburbs of Chicago. And this is a site that they have an option on, and there's an entire development plan. It's not just going to be a stadium. There's going to be shopping. It's going to be a little bit like SoFi where they have other associated things around. Mm-hmm. It looks really nice. And it is going to be a stadium that is covered, so it can be used for multi-use events.
Super Bowl. That's what they want.
Super Bowl, yeah. Final Four. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, if you have an open stadium, you're very limited. And if you're going to pay that much money for one, you want to use it every time you can. Go, Herbert. Turn it. You got to turn it, buddy.
Honestly, just getting no gain on that might have been best.
It was pretty
scenario.
Good, but as soon as he got the guy in the middle, as soon as he stiff armed the defender in the middle, I want to see a hard J cut right there and just push, like, because you're gonna get pushed out towards the sideline anyways. You might pick up a yard or two, but like you can't just keep running the sideline on that one.
In regards to the Arlington Heights Stadium, I have seen a lot of Bears fans actually be pro Arlington Heights because they feel like it's easier to get to than like going through the loop and everything.
Well, like it just depends on where you're from. Obviously, if you live in the south side of Chicago, you're not going to say that. If you live in northern suburbs,
dude, if you live in the south side, you're not even going to games anymore. Like that's impossible to get to. Like, not impossible, but it's a long ways away.
It's a challenge. You jump on the L, but you can get there. It doesn't really matter. There are many fans like myself that think Arlington Heights is a good thing for the Bears because, little known fact, smallest seating capacity in the league is Soldier Field.
Yeah,
which is crazy. considering it is the third largest metro area in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, we gonna get a flag?
Nope, doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's a decent no call, but that's a that's a lot of contact. And Kendall Fuller, brother of former Bear Kyle Fuller, gets this ball out there.
Man.
Oh no, that's just way behind.
Yeah.
That's a good no call. That's not a flag. That's just way behind.
Gary V voice receipts, motherfucker. Well, what was that Gary V quote about how he would willingly chew his own arms and legs off to be 24 again?
Oof.
Like what?
Oof.
So you just be a fucking stump, 24-year-old stump?
Yeah. Not great. Nick for $4.99. Arlington is going to be a million times better than Soldier. There are many Chicago fans who are not Soldier Field fans. I've been to Soldier Field once. It was literally the last football game played in the stadium before they dropped the spaceship on it. I wanted to see the classic Soldier Field. I would not want to go to games at that stadium, the old one, on the regular. It was showing its age and then some. It was great for the history aspect. I really enjoyed it. It was a great time. I would never pick up season tickets to that. And Arlington is going to provide the Bears with a lot of opportunities. That look, we love Allegiant, we love SoFi, we love the new stadiums. Lumen Field is not new by any stretch anymore, but it's held up really well.
Great stadium.
Yeah, great stadium. Good stadiums are a good thing to have. They are a true asset to a franchise, and Arlington is going to allow the Bears to do that. Interestingly enough, the firm retained for design for Arlington Heights is the same firm that did SoFi, which, in my opinion, is a good thing. Having been to SoFi earlier this year, it's beautiful setup. The surrounding area is also quite nice. Love the interior of the stadium. It's very inviting. Some great sight lines. Food's good. Not that has anything to do with the architecture.
Yeah, I'll do those pork tacos were barbacoa.
Yeah. Little barbacoa taco before the Bills Rams game was delightful. And they're using the don't know if you all have seen these, instead of paper or plastic cups, they're using the recyclable thin aluminum cups. So they're like can cups. So your beer comes ice cold because they pre-chill the cups. Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
I love those things. They're amazing. And, from a recycling perspective, they can be reused over and over again, which is really cool.
Sean from the Go says that he's a South Sider and he's looking forward to Arlington. Sean, if you're still with us, I would like to know how long it takes you as a South Sider to get to Arlington. I'm just curious.
Yeah, my guess is about a 45-minute train ride and at least one transfer, probably two.
I was thinking over an hour.
Yeah, it might, depending on the transfer, depending on when you go downtown, because you're gonna have to swap trains.
Because I'm a Southern Californian, I'm going to SoFi on Monday for Broncos Chargers, so it's gonna take me over an hour to get there. But I'm used to that because that's all we know here. But
I would say more, but okay.
Ticket comes with a parking pass, by the way, so I don't have to go to the Forum this time.
What?
I know.
How do you? That's not an appropriate comment for a live stream.
1 hour drive. Yeah, okay, that's about. So yeah. Train must be about the same.
Yeah. Never been to a football game. Next year for sure. Going to live games is a completely different thing. If you are really interested in doing what we're doing here and watching the game and talking about what's actually happening and keeping up with every play, live games are tough to do that at. But live game day experience is a completely different drug. All the fans, all the jerseys, all the back and forth between rival fan bases, the food, the smells, getting to be there for practice, halftime entertainment, the whole experience is something else. It's tiring. I don't care whether it's hot or cold or whatever. It's a long day whenever you go to a stadium, especially if you're tailgating. But it's very memorable. I remember every time that I've been to a stadium. But it is not the same as, do not expect the same viewing experience as if you were at home sitting in front of your TV, because the viewing experience in front of your TV these days is very good, quite frankly.
Well,
You
there's
get all
one
the-
exception to that. If you're at Jerry World, you just look up and it's on
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, for sure. AT&T is amazing. Another great stadium that's aged very well. It's not a new stadium by any stretch, but it doesn't feel old
Yeah.
at all.
And the tickets we had were dope.
Yeah. The seats oh, that's Vilder.
Look at Kendall Vilder making plays.
He is fired up. You know what it is? We talk about fit all the time.
Wentz hit his
and
hand.
I did not like the fit under the old scheme. Ooh, he got away with one.
He did. Yeah.
For sure. I did not like. Oh, hit the hand.
Yep.
93. That's Dominique Robinson.
He immediately pulled it back too.
Yeah, and his elbow's already hurt. Like he's beat up, dude. But no, Kendall Vilder's fit under the old regime he was drafted on, I didn't like, but he is actually a much better fit for what I will call is the Indianapolis defense.
Oh God, he almost got.
That's
there.
Kyler. That's Kyler.
Oh, they threw a flag. No way. No way.
Come on. That's unfortunate. Let's see the replay.
Are they doing it for roughing the passer or for PI?
No,
pass interference on 6.
Yeah, it's DPI. It's Kyler.
Let's see the replay.
He's in his face, but ball makes contact with him, so it's probably because his head wasn't turned around.
I'm still waiting for a replay myself.
Yeah, me too. I don't think. Oh, here it comes.
All right, so
Curtis Samuel.
He's trying to recover. He turned. He turned his
got
head.
His head around and he reaches for the ball. That's a shit flag.
What do you want?
Dude, that's a shit flag. That's just officials wanting more passing. That's all that is. That's a terrible flag.
His head was around the entire time.
I know, and the ball basically hits him in the hands.
Ooh. Oh, that almost got picked.
Brisker off the tip.
Yeah. NFL needs to quit rewarding underthrown. Oh, did he dislocate his finger?
I think he jammed it.
Yeah. NFL needs to quit rewarding underthrown balls. You are correct. That is a scourge upon this league, is DPIs on underthrown balls.
Yeah, he stretched his fingers out.
He's definitely hurting, man.
Dude, he was hurting coming in. But this is
now he's really hurting.
Boing.
And those are the ones that can really cause damage.
That's just like Dax.
Yeah.
That's the second one of Dax.
Yep. All right, let's see how that's, especially after halftime when the adrenaline wears off. Let's see how that affects him. It's
what?
You better not be calling another PI on this.
Oh, this is Terry and Jalen going back and forth. Terry and Jalen going back and forth. Let's see what the flag is actually for.
Another pass interference.
They really want the Commanders' drive to continue here. All right, let's see if Jalen earned it. Maybe he did. Because Kyler definitely did not earn his. Oh,
come on.
Oh.
Fuck off.
Ticky tack.
That wasn't even like a hold.
No, McLaurin felt the hand on the jersey and jerked up.
Jesus.
Oh, the Wentz bomb. Oh, he didn't get it.
The ball, you could see the ball kind of fluttering in the end there too.
I know, but hit him in the hands. Like, that's the Wentz bomb. That if that one had been completed, that would have been exactly the element of chaos I was talking about. Because that's a 40-yard shot right down the middle, and he hits him in the hands. Like, it's one hand. It's a little high.
It should have been caught. It's a tough catch, but it should have been caught.
I fully agree. Tough catch. He jumped a little early, a little awkwardly, but he was there. It's tough play. I would have liked to see him run through that ball because he's easily fast enough.
He jumped early. Yeah.
Oh, big gash. Big slice in the running game for J.D. McKissick.
I'm just surprised McKissick got a carry. You don't normally see that.
Oh, my goodness. The refs really moving the ball here. Yes, Mike, indeed, they are.
Somebody in chat said this game could have been an email.
Could have said that before the snap, but so far, I don't know. All right, there's some average run defense. Angelo Blackson. Oh, Angelo Blackson rocking the Jordans at the defensive tackle position. Impressive.
He's had quite a long career, longer than
I
longer than I expected.
He played really well. He played under the radar good for the Bears last year. He made a lot of plays on the interior defensive line.
Yeah.
Um, I was a little bit sad that the Bears let Kyrus Tonga get poached off the practice squad, but I thought the two of them could have been a nice budget combination at defensive tackle for, the next couple of years. But, um, that's that's that little graph. F around and find out.
Dude, Wentz is going to come out in third quarter. Like,
Yeah, he's going to stiffen up a
he's going
lot.
to be really hurting then because like it's just going to keep getting worse.
I would not be surprised to see Taylor Heineke in this game, and I actually kind of hope, as a Bears fan, that we don't, because Taylor Heineke has that microwave switch, man. When he gets hot, he can move the ball, and I would prefer not to see that because Wentz has been sputtering along quite nicely.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 6.
Nobody covered the back. Okay, I'm not going to call that. That's not Wentz's problem. That's a Curtis Samuel problem.
What's the job description, EJ? Wide receiver? Yeah.
Not for him. That's why they called him an offensive weapon or an all everything. Like, boy, look at the fit on Alan Williams. That is if that is a purposeful, jaunty hat tip, I am impressed, sir. If it's just the headphones catching one of these times, then okay, happy accident.
2-2 scoregami. Okay, 3rd and 6. Let's see if we can actually get 3 points in this game, shall we?
Goes for it. Nope, no flag. Don't give me a flag on that. That's right, Terry. You're not getting one. You just didn't catch it.
I mean, half their yards on that drive were PIs.
Somebody said it in chat. Like, this is a great matchup. Like, I don't care what you think about the game in terms of the Bears and the Commanders. This is two great players. Like, great players, and I don't toss that moniker around lightly. Like, Terry McLaurin is a great wide receiver, and Jalen Johnson is a great number one corner in the NFL, and you get to see these guys go at it, and that's awesome. Like, that's super cool. Just that little microcosm of NFL dumb is really, really cool and can make what is a little bit of a dog of a game at a 0-0 tie. It's been interesting, but, not a barn burner by any stretch. Like, that matchup alone is worth the price of admission to me. It's like watching two great players in the NBA go at it on offense and defense. And, that's why I do what I do, is because that's freaking cool. Like, that is what we want to see as football fans.
So Justin's got 46 seconds. I didn't catch how many timeouts they've got, but I think it's at least 2. You could theoretically see him get in position for a 3-3 at halftime, but it'll take a couple big chunks here.
Not super worried about it. They actually picked up some really nice big chunk play yardage at the end of the Vikes game on middle screens to David Montgomery, basically checkdowns, and Montgomery did the rest, forcing broken tackles up through the middle of the field, 20, 22 yards, that kind of thing. And, that's cool, but what I don't want to see him do is throw it away early, take a couple shots that you feel safe with. Again, check downs to the middle, pretty safe. If you get a look to Mooney with one-on-one leverage, sure, let it fly. But, I'm okay if they end up rolling into halftime, having played well and being close and in striking distance, because this staff for the Bears has showed the ability to make halftime adjustments, which is not something Bears fans are used to after the last 3 years. And they have made some great halftime adjustments, even in this what has been terrible season so far. You've seen some much better performances in the second half. So if they basically stalemate them in the first half and then come out with better halftime adjustments, they could win this one.
Somebody in chat, I think it was Rohan, said, EJ, stop being so positive. This game is worse than the Broncos one. I don't think that it is, because at least the Bears are moving the ball and like they've got to the red zone. There's just been a couple unfortunate turnovers and a missed chance at the goal line, but at least they're getting there. Like Colts and Broncos couldn't even move the ball.
Yeah, I don't agree with that take at all, actually.
Like,
Like
it's not
that
a
game,
good game, but it's not
no,
that bad.
that game was flat out trash. That game was horrendous. Both sides were awful. Both sides have showed some good plays here. I don't care whether you're a Commanders fan or a Bears fan. Like Bears fans, you can be very happy that they came out on script and actually got a few things done. They've made some nice plays. Have they scored? No. Have they, pushed it in at the end of the drive? No, they haven't. Commanders, you can point to all the Wentz misses, but boy, there's a couple balls he's thrown that have been pretty darn nice. Like this is a better game, I think, objectively than Colts Broncos was, even though the score's 3-0 currently. It's still been a decent game. We've seen some decent battles, so I think this is a more functional NFL football game than that one was. That one was putting the fun back, well, taking the fun out of dysfunctional. Yeah, but I mean, they're re-showing the Khalil Herbert run. That was a super big highlight first half. Both teams have had a couple, so I'm all right with it. Plus, it's football with my friends. I get to drink while I work. I'm doing okay.
Uh, I don't know if you saw this, CJ. Chat just made me aware of it, and I looked it up on Twitter.
I saw it, but I wasn't sure it was true.
Apparently, it is true. Another lawsuit has been filed against Deshaun Watson. I do not know what it is about or who it is from, but apparently that is a thing that just happened.
Maybe Jimmy Haslam filed it so that he can keep Jacoby Brissett at quarterback.
And not have to pay $250 million.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think he's pretty much on the hook for that. That contract was obscene.
Yeah, well, a lot of obscene things about that story, but anyway, back
Oh,
to the
we agree.
Bears.
All right, Bears and empty. Bears went empty a lot against the Vikings, and I mean a lot. Okay, like
Timeout. You got 3 timeouts. Let's go.
Nah,
Okay,
I think they told him. Oh, okay. Called it from the sideline. You know, if you got 3 timeouts, I'm cool with a little middle run. Get some yards, but basically it's just reset and go again. I wouldn't doubt to see them go empty again. Again, they played a lot of empty against the Vikings, and some of it they motioned into, which I was super happy to see the pre-snap motion. Bears didn't use that hardly at all last year. They've used it a lot more this year in all sets, but Getsy is a fan of spreading the field out for Justin and letting him pick. And for everybody that says, oh, they don't trust Justin, they don't like Justin, they don't want Justin to succeed, Getsy's putting the ball in his hands a fair amount, at least in the Minnesota game where he has spread the offense out. He's doing it again here. There's nobody in the backfield with Justin. He's just letting him survey the field and pick the best option. That is not a thing you do with a quarterback you don't trust.
Let's see what they got here.
Now,
down into
Justin.
cover 3.
Now, Justin.
Come on. Oh, he's got to make decisions quicker. I love the athleticism and the explosiveness, but holy shit.
Did you ever get the advice when you were starting to be able to go out to bars from anyone that nothing good happens after midnight?
Yeah, nothing good happens after 4 seconds.
That's right. Yeah. Same thing.
Once you get to that point right there,
no.
Like,
and
dude.
Honestly, a second before that, you've been there, you had a good pocket, and look, they're crowding the passing lanes. I get it. That wasn't a huge pass rush. They didn't commit a ton of guys to it. But see that and know, okay, I got to pick a fence. Doesn't look like anybody's breaking open. Don't just sit back there and go, I can do it. I can make something happen. Because 9 times out of 10, look, there's good athletes on the other side of the ball as well. They're going to make something happen for their team. It's going to be a fumble, strip sack, whatever. It's not going to be good. So it's the same thing. Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens after 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds. And, the folks that watch Mahomes and Josh Allen every week are going to jump in the comments and say, but EJ, well, yeah, those are the exceptions, not the rule.
All right, we got a couple more chances here. 18 seconds to go, basically the whole
Oh,
field.
he got mugged.
Oh, God. Okay, just get to half.
Now, he got mugged.
Yeah, he's hurting.
I am not happy about this.
He's hurting really bad.
Yeah, he got smushed. Deron Payne.
Yeah.
Look out. And Lucas Patrick. Watch Lucas Patrick. Nothing. Patrick and Mustafa combined are roughly the strength of wet tissue paper.
It might be one of the worst interior offensive lines, if not the worst interior offensive line in the entire NFL. At least center and left guard combo is
I gotta get Lucas
abysmal.
Patrick at center. Okay. All
But
right.
I mean, you got 7 seconds
Down.
left.
Yeah. Time out. Time out. Time out.
Timeout. All
Okay.
right, so we're
And
doing.
Justin got hit
God
again.
damn it!
Oh. Oh, he's getting cracked. I was saying that we might see Taylor Heineke. I think we might see Trevor Simeon. And that's terrible because Justin, as we all know, is tough as nails. Oh, same spot.
Yeah,
God damn.
they're hitting him right in the ribs.
Yeah, no, that's
Like it's
a
a clean play by the letter of the law. It just fucking hurts.
yeah, helmet to the solar plexus, man. He got 2 in a row on 2 plays, and he's gonna be feeling that. Yep, he's like, oh man, my chest hurts because I just got battering rammed twice. Oof.
Yeah, remember all those pre-draft narratives about how Justin's not tough?
Oh, baloney. Anybody that saw him take that Skowski hit and come back.
That's the same shit.
Well, kind of. That was pure on rib shot. This is like straight up in the sternum, and it all hurts. Like, I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's different. All right, now.
Hey, look at
And
Monty. Look at Monty. He just got hit again, by the way.
I know.
No way.
Whoa!
Oh, God, that was really close.
It was. They had hands all over that thing. I know. And some of it's tough because some of it he's bringing on himself with everything we just talked about. Like, you gotta go a little bit quicker. You gotta make the decision a little bit faster. You gotta get the ball out of your hands. You're bringing some of that punishment onto yourself, and he's got to learn. It's like quarterbacks that run and don't slide. Like, at some point they take that big cracking hit, and then they go, "Oh, I got to get down sooner." Like, everybody's been telling me, but I got to get down sooner. He's gonna stand in the pocket for 4.5, 5 seconds, take those battering ram shots to the ribs, and eventually he's gonna go, that's terrible. I got to let it go 1 second sooner.
Yeet says, if that was Brady, the officials would be bringing out the nails and the crucifix right now.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong.
No, Justin has
God.
taken really inappropriate punishment for his first season and a half in the league. He took way too many hits to the head. Every time he slid, he took a huge hit to the head, and they didn't even call it for the first year. This year they finally started calling it, and guys stopped doing it because he got 3 calls in a row finally. But literally, he was taking a shot to the dome every time he went down. I don't know why, but again, if that had been Brady or and insert high profile quarterback here, Aaron Rodgers, whatever, like, flags you would have been able to walk from one sideline to the other and not touch the grass on the flags. But with Justin, they just wouldn't throw it. And that was so frustrating for the same reason that I said, hey, if you beat the blitz, they won't blitz as much. If you throw flags when you hit a guy when he's sliding, they're not going to hit a guy when he's sliding because their coach is going to be like, hey, you're hurting us. You're getting us 15 yards. They just wouldn't throw the flag. And that was the thing that just kept that cycle going. And it was terrible. He was getting smashed. And, now he's taking, again, big shots. Both of those were legal hits. I don't want to make anybody think those were illegal hits. And he could have gotten rid of the ball sooner. But, oh, yeah, if that was Aaron Rodgers, I think we see a flag just because it's Aaron Rodgers. Same thing with Brady.
Ari Myrov said Thursday Night Football has now gone 40 straight possessions without a TD, according to chat, which is almost an impossible stat.
I've gone at least 15 straight minutes of game time without a beer, so I think I'm going to fix that.
Ari tweeted out also that some betting companies are already paying out people who bet the under on 38.5. Why was the over-under 38.5? What the fuck were they thinking?
I maybe they were hoping that things would be a little bit they would have some continuation from the Vikings game. And honestly, if they do, I think they did in the first half. They didn't hit them all, but they had some sustained offensive success, which was cool, even if it didn't result in points. And they had some of that in the first half of the Vikings game too. Same thing. Good plays, didn't sustain drives necessarily or get the points, but good plays were there and they left them on the field. Then they came out and started hitting them in the second half because they were just that far off. So if Justin can get put back together at halftime, will we ever see another touchdown again on TNF Prime?
So next week is Saints Cardinals, which is
Okay.
better. Hopkins is back next week,
I heard,
so
yeah.
that's maybe potentially Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas will also be on the field. So potentially, like maybe that's like a functional offensive game, but that's an upgrade. And then the week after that, we get Ravens Buccaneers. So at least we're getting something nice in a couple
All right.
weeks.
Yeah, at least we can have nice things. All right, I am gonna run upstairs really quickly, refresh my beverage. I will be right back, and then maybe you can run and grab Fitzy's gin. But keep the people entertained.
Saints Cardinals okay. Yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. At minimum, like we'll get, Saints up by 20 and then we're going to get Kyler doing Kyler fourth quarter things. So it'll still be entertaining in that way. How many drops you record for CS? Which CS? I'm just trying to think of who CS would be. Field goal party. Let's see if there's any super chats that I'm behind on before I do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see what I can do for a second half slip here. Let me get to prize picks. Let me throw that on camera. All right, let's do a second half slip. Because I'm sure, let's see, 82.5 over for Fields, 107.5 for Wentz. I'm going to go under on Wentz because I feel like his hand might be fucked. And I'm going to go, do I want to go over on Fields? I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to go over on him. All right. Yeah, $20. That seems fair. So less on Wentz because I think his hand is going to bother him. I'll go over on Fields. We'll do $10. Let me do $10. Yeah, let's do that. So that way, because on this one, I'm not doing great, but I'm also not completely out of it. I need like one touchdown from Brian Robinson. I need a good screen to David Montgomery. I need like one go ball to De'Ami Brown, and then the rest should take care of itself. So I might be able to get 500 on this one, but worst case scenario, if I at least hit on this one, it'll recoup most of what I spent on the first slip. So I still at least have a pretty good shot of getting something out of this week. Not a great shot, but a decent shot. I don't know. Chad, if you're doing any second half slips, let me know. I'm curious what you guys are thinking here. But let me turn my camera back on. I hate this stupid camera. It's old, so I can't really replace it because I don't really make these anymore. But the overheating issue is just a pain in the ass. All right. Let me get there. All right. Any more bots to snipe? I don't think so. I think we're good. Mediocrity Bowl 2022. This is, I don't know. I feel like this is below mediocre, all things considered. Like the one great play we've had tonight was Khalil Herbert's run. And other than that, it's been kind of rough. Not as bad as last week though. Last week was painful. Over under at 21.5. What are we thinking? Let's see. What is it? 3 total right now. I'm still thinking under. To be honest, is it just second half or like total for the game? 21.5. I'm still kind of thinking under. To be perfectly honest, like this just screams. Like I don't know, 13-7. That's the vibe I get. 13-6, 13-7. As U-Tree would say, tank bowl. For Washington, yes. For the Bears, I still feel like they might end up at like 6 wins for the season. Like I don't think the Bears are going to be in position for top 3 to 4 pick. They'll probably be top 10. I don't know about top 3 to 4. As for what they're going to use that top pick on, I would imagine offensive line or receiver is at the top of the wish list, depending on how they think the young guys are coming along. They did spend a lot of resources, well, not premium resources, but a lot of resources on offensive line this past offseason. So I would imagine, say, like Jordan Addison or the TCU kid are going to be high on the wish list. And they probably will have a pick in roughly the range to get one of them. But either way, I think that pick is going to be offense. It has to be. Like, it just has to be. They have to give Justin more help. Really bold of Brett to assume someone scores a TD. Well, it could just be a whole bunch of field goals and a safety. Theoretically. Bears have the 5th pick. I'm calling it now. Well, Washington, Carolina, they'll both be in the running for first overall. Who else is really bad? The Rams are terrible right now. Historically, they are probably still going to dig out of a hole. Like, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but like, they're legitimately awful. The Colts are horrible. Like, right now, there's at least 5 teams that are worse than the Bears. The Bears aren't good, but I don't think they're one of the worst 5 teams. Who do you think the Steelers should draft? They're good at receiver. Offensive line is an issue, but it's not like a, worst offensive line in the league type issue, at least not so far. If there's like a top tier offensive line prospect that they really like, I could see them going after it just for the sake of making Kenny Pickett's job easier. Corner, I think, is a big issue for them. When TJ Watt's healthy, their pass rush is fine. Maybe looking at another heir apparent to Cam Hayward because Stephon Tuitt retired also, so their interior defensive line depth is not fantastic right now. And then linebacker, I think, continues to be an issue. At least linebacker depth. Not that they'd spend a high pick on that because they learned from the Devin Bush fiasco not to do that. I would probably say corner or defensive tackle are the most likely pick unless there's like a top tier offensive lineman they like. Curtis for $5. Do you know a good place for football data? I'm a data scientist and want to work on some stuff. In terms of the best publicly accessible databases, StatHead, well, you have to pay for StatHead, but it's not that expensive. And then Sports Info Solutions is also another good one that you have to, it's not free, but it's good. Pro Football Focus is good, but it's more limited in terms of search functionality than Sports Info Solutions. Unless you work for Pro Football Focus or you work for a team and you have access to Ultimate, which Ultimate is like insane. But unless you have $100,000, you're not going to get Ultimate. So yeah, that's like how much it costs. But it's like legendarily cool. I've talked to some of my buddies at teams that use Ultimate, and no joke, it's like the most insane product out there. But again, unless you're teams or the league itself or a PFF employee, you're never going to get access to it. But it's cool. It's cool. Got any recommendations for a new team to root for? Jared, you're a Browns fan, right? If I recall correctly? I think you are. In which case, there's a lot of Browns fans that have migrated across the lake to being Bills fans. Which that seems like a natural progression for you. Actually, hold on. Deshaun got sued. Again, this is a new lawsuit, right? Wasn't there a stipulation in his contract that the guarantees get voided if there's a new lawsuit? Wasn't that a thing? Chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was a stipulation in the contract that there was another lawsuit that the guarantee gets voided. Paxman, missed last 2 super chats. Let me go up and find them.
I leave and you're missing super chats?
I think they were a long time ago, but I can't. Unfortunately, on the YouTube streaming apparatus, it doesn't let me scroll all the way back up to find them. So if you just put
repost them.
Yeah, just don't do a super chat. Like, don't give me more money, but just repost them and I'll answer them there, Pax. I apologize for missing them.
Just say miss super chat. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Oh, we are reloaded. Did we get a second half slip going?
Yeah, it's just quarterbacks. So I put in. Hold on, I'm sniping a bot. Let's see. I put in less than 107.5 yards passing for Wentz and over 82.5 passing for Justin.
Okay. All right.
Seems reasonable.
And how's the progress on the first half slip going? Seems like not
It's
great.
not awful. I'm halfway there on Justin. He's at 7 completions. I need 14 total for the game.
Okay.
Mooney, I'm only 4 yards short on Mooney.
Yep.
Diami, I just need like one catch from Diami,
Yep.
like a good screen from Montgomery, and like a touchdown from Brian Robinson. It's not like the most. Like I'm not sweating it as much as I was sweating Fryermuth a couple weeks ago. I'll put it that
Yeah, you needed big time Fryermuth garbage time to make that
way.
one.
We got it. We
And we got it. Does Gibson always return kicks? No, but he's not starting, so they feel comfortable having him do it. A lot of times they'll go with Samuel, and because of all the wide receiver injuries, Samuel's starting at the wide receiver position. I mean, Samuel starts anyways, but he's the third wide receiver. They don't feel as comfortable with the potential of him getting injured as they do with their, quite frankly, third running back right now. Who got that on the corner?
It was a DB, but I couldn't tell which one.
Yeah, I want to see who made first contact on that. If it was who I think it is, I'm going to be really happy about that.
Brett, would you rather listen to Purple Lamborghini by Rick Ross? Hey, hold on. Skrillex and Rick Ross, sir, for 18 hours on repeat while locked in a soundproof room, or watch these teams play for 8 quarters in a row? Oh, Purple Lamborghini. Purple Lamborghini, baby. All day. Give me rosé.
Uh-oh. Okay. That is Roquan getting run over.
I unironically like that like that's such a great workout song because it's just like loud and crazy.
Quick question: what's wrong with my Raiders? Oh, let me count the ways. There are many things wrong with the Raiders. They are not happy right now. I know that sounds trite, but as a football team, they are not happy. They can get happy, but they're going to have to work at it. It is not one thing.
The suspension isn't affected because they. Sorry, EJ, you weren't here when I asked chat. If this new lawsuit affects the guarantees in his contract, because I thought I remember seeing that if there was another one filed, they could void the guarantees. Chat says the suspension isn't affected because they put into wording that any new accusation has to have taken place after the ruling, not before, but his contract is voidable. So.
Check Eddie Jackson from depth. Watch this. Boom.
Wrap up, Eddie.
Oh, no, look, that's a fumble.
Oh, that was a fumble. I didn't see he hit the ball.
He forced a fumble, and McLaurin got dead lucky that it bounced right back to him.
I didn't even see that he hit the ball. I thought he missed.
That is a lucky bounce. Oh, I like it. I like Brian it.
Robinson.
Jaquan Brisker. I like it. That's good eyes from the rookie on the Bears. Number 9 coming in. We all know he's a big hitter, but watch his eyes on this play. Everybody, their pre-snap motions going to the right, pulling defenders. Play goes to the left. He stays home in the middle for the cutback. Really impressive. Like it a lot.
Brett and EJ, if you were a head coach, what schemes do you run? What player types fit your schemes, and what positions do you spend more on? I would just go straight up Shanahan West Coast. I would just get one of his disciples to be my OC and run the offense for me. And on defense,
got him.
Find myself a Kirby Smart assistant to run his 4-2-5 and roll with that.
And profit.
Yeah, and then I just go to the back and eat bagels while my assistants do everything. I'm going to be the culture guy.
I'm going to be the culture guy. Or la cultura. Does anyone else see Herbert throw a ball and it goes way far compared to how much he moved? Yeah, he's not human. And there's another one in college now. That's the crazy part.
Another Herbert?
In terms of that particular thing, like not having any base, not having really any torque, and the ball just absolutely rips on a line.
Caleb Williams?
Nope.
Who are you thinking of?
Ewers.
Oh yeah. Yours is.
He's ridiculous. There is a play this last week. He's wrapped up. He's sideways. He's wrapped up, and literally all he has is his arm sticking out. His feet are not in contact with the ground, and he goes, whoop, 20 yards on a line. Like literally all he had was this.
Yeah.
He just had his arm. And, when you talk about arm talent, like that is pure arm talent, literally, not torque, not setup, not footwork. He just went, whoop. It's like throwing darts. It's ridiculous.
Found the Paxman Miss Super Chat. Will the Vols finally beat Bama for the first time in my life? I am 21. Keep in mind the Vols haven't beat Bama in 15 years, but Hendon Hooker, their quarterback, who by the way, to answer your question, yes, Tennessee has a legit shot to beat Bama. Texas would have beat Bama if Texas had yours. If they had a strong quarterback presence. And Tennessee's quarterback's been playing out of his fucking mind this year. So, they got a legit shot. That offense is legit. As for whether or not it will happen, I don't know. It's tough for me to bet against Nick. But this is the best chance Tennessee's had in 2 decades.
Yeah, a long time.
That being said, when Tennessee plays Georgia, Hooker and Stetson Bennett are both going to be 25. And both of those quarterbacks are older than Justin Herbert, and they're going to be in a college game facing each other. So if you want to know how screwy the COVID years made college football, look at that game. We got dudes in their mid-20s starting games against each other.
Everybody's on Bellis Jones for his age, but we're going to see that rolling through the college ranks for a while. And Justin Herbert is 20. Or not Justin Herbert, Justin Fields is 23.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about guys coming out, they're 2 years older than him, and he's got 2 years of league experience. So it's just very screwy. But I want to get to Yeats Super Chat because we get asked this a lot. You guys are hands down my favorite football podcast. What's the best way to support? Super Chat, merch, Patreon, prayer. Thoughts and prayers, always good. We love your support in any form. We love everybody's support in every form. Coming, hanging out, asking questions. In terms of financial support, it's pretty easily Super Chats or Patreon. Patreon's a little bit cleaner. We get a little bit more of that money. Patreon takes a little bit less of it. YouTube is big on taking chunks out of Super Chats, but it's still, those are the 2 best and most direct ways to support us. Merch, it's great to spread the brand. We love that. In terms of finance, doesn't really do anything. Merch is more break even for us. So Patreon, probably best. If we had to rank them, Patreon, Super Chats, merch, and then anything else. Thoughts, prayers, good questions.
I would actually rank something above all those, which is support our sponsors so that they keep coming back.
Sign up with Prize Picks is the number one, period. You want to get $100 matched on your deposit, use our code. That keeps us in the good graces of Prize Picks. And yes, that has a much larger financial impact than anything listed there by far.
Yeah, if you're already planning on doing it, just use our promo. I'm not gonna pressure. Like if you guys don't want to do it, that's totally fine. I don't want to pressure you guys. But if you're already planning on doing it, using our code helps immensely. Just like if you're already planning on doing HelloFresh, or you're already planning on doing coffee deliveries with Trade. Anytime you're already planning on doing one of these things, using our promo code always helps out because then the sponsors come back and then we keep getting to do this.
Or if somebody walks by you and says you're stinky, hit up Manscaped.
Yeah, there you go.
They can help.
All right, Justin, back to getting absolutely crushed. Let's see if he survives third night.
Okay, this is what I want to see. This is great. Get Velas some touches because that's what he's good at. And I love Getsy putting him in the position to say, we're not going to make you run really complex routes. We're not going to make you learn a whole lot of play, but we're going to get the ball in your hands and we're going to see if you can do what you do. And they did, and he did, and that pays it off.
Curtis says always gamble responsible. Yes, I cannot emphasize that enough. Please.
Yeah, if you're not willing to lose it, don't gamble it. Really simple. And if you don't want to gamble, don't gamble.
Yes.
That's totally fine. There are 100 other ways, and we really do appreciate people's comments on Twitter, people's comments on YouTube. Go listen to the podcast on YouTube, leave a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. Doesn't cost you any money. it makes a big difference in support for the podcast every week and how we get seen, how sponsors buy our ads. All of that stuff matters. So yeah, do what you're comfortable with. If you are not comfortable gambling on sporting events, please don't.
Yes.
Like if you want to and you already do, and you're like, hey, I could get up to 100 free bucks and I do this anyways if I switch from blank to prize picks, do that. That's great, right? We're happy to have the support. If it's not your thing, hey, if you don't like smelling fresh, don't use the Manscaped.
I don't know if your better half will support that, but
I'm just saying. Everybody has their limits. Ooh, I'm not sure he caught that.
I don't know if he caught that. That's gonna be
Quick, get a playoff.
Yeah.
Don't let him review it.
They got it
Little
off.
pitch out
There we
wide.
go.
Oh, Montgomery.
Got
He's
it.
loose.
Got it.
He's loose.
Nice drive.
And then some, too.
Nice drive so far. They're they're helping to protect Justin a little bit more with the run game and the quick pass
and the
game.
quick stuff for sure.
Alex Tracy for $5. As always, love the vids. If you came upon a load of money and had to choose to create your own winery, brewery, or distillery, which would you choose? I would. Actually, that's really tough. I would lean really distillery, but winery is a very close second to me.
Yeah, see, this is where we differ. I think it would be distillery because we both agree on distillery, whereas winery would be Brett's choice and brewery would be my choice. And never the twain shall meet there, most likely. But distillery, we can come together and say, uh-oh, Lucas Patrick heading back.
Yeah. Not that he's played great tonight.
It doesn't matter, but now
you don't
Schofield.
Want, you don't want guys to get hurt.
Yeah, but Schofield played. I was very excited about them adding Schofield. He's a Chicago native, which isn't here or there, but he's played decently within the league, and he played terribly in the preseason. So maybe he's gotten up to speed. Great.
That put me over on Mooney.
No, it's great for the slip, and it's great for play design. Like, this is the boot game that Justin needs to be playing. Nice little PA, gets him good and wide. Watch this. Yep, play action. All right. Look at the space. He's got so much space. He doesn't get hit. He delivers the ball cleanly to his playmaker. They keep the drive going. Like, everything about that I love. A lot of people are like, oh, that's not exotic. That's not exciting. I don't care.
Works.
I don't care at all. It works. It moves drives. He can do it. He doesn't take hits. All good things. Okay. Come on, break it. Again. Oh, I really want ESB to break a tackle this year. Like, it's my biggest
just
hope.
One. I'll take one.
If he had broken that tackle, do you know how far he goes?
40 yards.
Minimum 7 or 8 yards before contact.
Yeah.
Like, if he breaks that tackle on the edge, he goes minimum 7 or 8.
We just missed a play here.
Touchdown to Pettis!
I would have loved to see the first 80% of that play, but whatever.
Justin got smashed again.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, it's not worth it. It's great to celebrate, but he got smashed again. All right, he's doing push-ups. He's fine.
Dude, he is going to have to live in the fucking cold tub after this game.
He is going straight to the cold tub, but I want to see this corner route to Pettis. Flag on the defense. Decline. Touchdown, Bears.
I'm so sick of seeing him get hurt.
I'm not happy.
He's
Look at this. Look at that ball.
Gorgeous ball.
Gorgeous ball. This, when I say that Justin Fields is an accurate deep passer, this is what I mean. That is a gorgeous ball. Nobody has a shot at that but the receiver. It's right on the line, allows him to stay in bounds. That is a perfect deep throw for the touchdown. Perfect. Beautifully placed ball, beautifully timed. When people say free Justin Fields, I'm like, let Justin Fields throw deep outside the numbers. He is so good at it. Like, it is easily his top skill. Just let him do it. And everybody's like, oh, they don't have any receivers. They don't have any receivers. Yeah, they don't, but he can still put a ball there, and they'll catch it.
Shot from Brett for a Bears TD. Well, I still do have a shot glass up here. And I have...
What are you doing, scope?
Hold on. I still have the Reposado.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Because,
I ain't shooting overproof rye. Sorry.
I thought you were going to shoot absinthe again.
No, I forgot to bring it up.
Yeah. Oh, look at that ball. It's so pretty. JB and his mom are losing their freaking minds right now. I do believe that was right in front of them.
Thank you, Justin.
Oh, I got to catch up. Is that a super chat?
Mm.
$6 for 6 points. Finally on
Mm.
TNF and to the right squad, we might add. Thank you very much, John. That is amazing. They didn't show the throw. Yeah, he was getting blasted on throw. Amazon has had a few moments this year in terms of production. Overall, for a first-year squad, I'd say they're doing pretty well. But stuff like that, yeah, it's pretty annoying when you don't get to see the whole thing.
Just want to flash the ball. This is Alto's Reposado. Don't know if anybody's ever had it. I know it works quick. It's not bad Reposado, all things considered. It's like a budget Reposado, but it's pretty nice.
Oh, did we get to JJP for $9.99? You guys inspired me to make football content videos on YouTube. Sporting Blizzard. If anybody wants to check it out, go check it out.
I will check that out.
But from listening to you, my dad agreed to do a weekly podcast on football as well. That's
awesome.
cool.
I love that.
That's really cool. If anybody has been watching Welcome to Wrexham, which is the documentary about Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney buying a Welsh football team.
I've been meaning to get to it.
I actually binged the whole thing in the last 5 days, late nights. And the final 3 episodes of season 1 came out late last night. Stayed up and watched them. And one of the entire episodes was about the bond between fathers and sons and how that sporting bond is passed, that sporting passion is passed from fathers to sons. So JJP, super timely, super chat. Really glad you passed that along. That's amazing. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. I wanted to get time to watch that with Nick because I think she loves both of them. She's a big It's Always Sunny fan. She loves Ryan Reynolds.
I'm just gonna warn you right now. If you watch it by yourself, but if you watch it with Nick, we're gonna end up going to a Wrexham game at the race course.
Of course,
100%, 100%. We're gonna end up going to a Wrexham game at the race course, which you'll get no protest from me. I would love it. I have Welsh ancestry as well, and it would be. I have not been to Wales. I've been to England, been to Ireland, been to Northern Ireland, but I have not been to Wales, and I would like to rectify that because it's a beautiful country and great people. Jack, what do you guys think of Pat McAfee saying that NFL is considering an NFL Europe division, UK, French, German, Spanish, Italian? Yeah, it's been leaning that way for a while. We've been trying to work out that international expansion thing. How do we loop in Mexico and Sao Paulo and Frankfurt and Munich and, London, Barcelona, like the old, NFL
I can't
Europe.
see what actually hit him.
The crown of Braxton Jones's helmet got pushed in up under his face mask.
Okay. I just couldn't tell what actually.
No, Braxton Jones got bent back completely backwards, but he did his job. He kept the guy off him long enough for him to throw. It was not a pretty rep by any stretch, but any offensive lineman will tell you there are a lot of non-pretty reps that are really functional.
Yeah.
And that was a non-pretty rep. That was Braxton Jones going to the nth until he literally got bent backwards off his feet and into his quarterback. But he held it just long enough for Justin to get it off. And it's the difference in this game. So you can argue about style points, but they don't count right there.
Thanks for stopping by, Trevor. Get a good night's sleep. Also, Jack, by the way, because I know you're in the UK. The league, I think, is now in a better position in terms of international interest than it's ever been to make something like that work. So there's Gibson, big chunk.
Yeah, big chunk. They were doing so well throughout the first half, closing up those holes on the interior / this is off tackle, but this one they get a puller and
nice little counter play.
Yeah,
Cole Turner got a nice little block out front too.
He's fast enough and he's big enough. He just has to get in the way. On a defensive back, all he has to do is get in the way, and Gibson could do the rest, and boy, did he.
Hassan for $5. Was Jenkins playing poorly before he got benched for Schofield?
Did Schofield come in?
I think is Schofield at right or left?
I thought Schofield came in for Patrick.
That's what I thought too. Unless did they move Tevin to left and then have Schofield go to right?
Maybe I didn't catch
Maybe.
that, but I believe Tevin Jenkins, if he's healthy, will be out there. Great question though. If Jenkins is gone, we missed it, and we'll try and catch up. Um, Fun fact: I don't listen to the Prime audio, so I'm just going off visuals.
Wentz's hand is still bothering him really,
Oh, dude,
really
he
bad.
whacked it. It's
Yeah.
not. You were right. It's not gonna feel better anytime soon. Look at the time.
Yeah.
Too much time. You can't
Yeah.
give them that much time with a 4 point lead. They're playing like they're up like 15.
Tale of two Justins battling cracked ribs on TNF. Yeah. Yeah. Brett, I see you're getting into photography. What are your lenses and camera? I mostly use an A7 III and a 24 to 105 f4 Sony G Master. I'm also on a Sony A7R III, and then my main driver, honestly, for photography is the 100 to 400 G Master, which is like my favorite lens ever because you get such gorgeous compression at long distances with the 400 millimeter. I don't always need the full 400, but when I need it, I really need it. Most of the time, I'll stick to around like 200 to 250. But that 100 to 400 is like my favorite lens ever, and it's all my favorite shots recently have been from that one. Or I have this lens right here, which is what I take into stadiums, and it's a wide angle. It goes, I think it's like 18 to 50, because I can do wide
Yeah.
angles of stadiums, and I can do I can get like I think it sounds like f4.5 or something at 50 millimeters. So it's a pretty good lens there. Those are the two that I stick with mostly.
All of a sudden, the Bears just got real porous on run defense, and it's going to hurt them because the Commanders can run. The passing game is iffy, but stop me if this sounds familiar. But they can run,
And the Bears' run
and
defense is not that good.
no, and they are exploiting it right now, and it is going to sustain some drives for them until the Bears can tighten that up and force them to go back to the pass, force the game back into Wentz's hands.
Oh God, the finger again.
The fickle
Jared.
finger of fate. A throwback.
Wow, fake the quarterback speed option and then throw back to a screen.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, that's elaborate for three,
For
4 yards.
for nothing. It's a very interesting play. It's straight out of Andy Reid. Actually,
Yeah,
no.
Lucas.
I think the Chiefs have run that to Kelsey before. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it says Lucas Patrick is being evaluated for concussion. I figured that something takes him back
Yeah.
to oh man, look at it
B
again.
Rob.
Nah, they're just giving up. They're just giving up the edge, and you know the Commanders know it right now. They're just running to that left edge because they're
Mm-hmm.
not getting any resistance over there, and they've run how many plays this drive to that left edge? Like all of them, most of them.
Yeah. Well, that's behind Leno.
Yeah, but I think it's more about what's on the Bears' right edge of the defense
That's
than it
true.
is
That's
about
true.
the blockers on the Commanders' left edge. We'll see. But they're going at will. And they're going wide too, right? It's not off tackle left. They're not going at the highly paid Robert Quinn. See, he can
Yep.
he can make that play, but they're going
Off tackle.
they're
Off tackle. Off tackle. Off
yeah, they're
tackle.
trying to get wide. They're trying to get wide on
Hey, don't fix what ain't broke. They're getting first downs out
no,
of it.
they're just going to keep pounding it. That's what I said. Until the Bears can buck up and stop that, they're just going to keep doing it because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But Quinn's waiting on that one. He gets Leno outside. He's got his eyes inside the whole time. Comes back, makes a great play. I mean, it's a short yardage play, so they're going to pick up the first down. But that's the kind of stop. If they kept doing that, the Commanders wouldn't keep running that.
Yeah.
But they get outside of him, and boy, there's been nothing out there to stop him.
And look,
Oh, here
there's
comes,
still
here
there's still a
comes.
B gap bubble right there too.
Ah,
Yeah.
he had him. Was that Brisker? I think it was Brisker. Felt like Brisker. Nope, it was Eddie. He missed him. So close.
JJ for $5. Quick plug. Friday, I'm releasing the Wild Wild NFC West. Again, that is Sporting Blizzard podcast. If chat wants to support one of their own on their newly launched sport venture, thank you again, JJ, for supporting
Boy,
us
does
as well.
he gets just touched by that block, blows him just wide enough that he doesn't make that play. Game of inches.
The only positive of this game is that it's going fast. Yeah, third quarter almost already over.
Oh, they're gonna run Wentz, like straight up run Wentz.
It's so
Okay.
crazy. It just might work, EJ.
Oh, or just might put him in the
I need a
hospital.
Brian Robinson touchdown for me to clear
Okay,
what for my my
I can
slip
vote
here.
for that. Yep. How are we doing on the rest of the slip? Let's do a little prize pick slip update. You want to show it?
Yeah, let me pull it up here. So let's see. Justin, I need 3 more completions from Justin. I feel pretty good about getting that.
Probably.
Robinson, I need 4 points basically, so I need that touchdown. Montgomery, I still got no receiving, and Diame, I still got no receiving. But I'm
Um,
feeling decent about it.
yeah,
Diame
I'm
might
bummed.
screw me, but
I think, well, Diami, again, had 2 receptions for over 100 yards last week. So when he hits one, you'll get it, but he's got to hit one. Um, in terms of Justin, 3 completions in the fourth quarter feels pretty reasonable. If they were nursing a big league, I could see him trying to run and burn clock, but they're not nursing a big lead. So he's going to have to throw the ball in the fourth quarter. Feel pretty good about that. Diami's going to be the sort of will they or won't they? They really have been going to Samuel almost exclusively. I mean, they've tried their shots to McLaurin for sure, but haven't seen. We saw the end around to Diami, little short screen. We need.
They
We need
tried
a
the
real.
one slot fade to Diami, which is like the one ball I needed for the game, you know?
They didn't get it,
Yeah.
which I can't say I'm sad about, but I could see them trying another one. So yeah, I would commit war crimes for Charles Leno to be one of our tackles right now. I know. So on my other podcast, Bears Over Beers, we were big Charles Leno supporters as what he was. Like he was an average NFL left tackle, and those are hard to come by. And they should have kept him. They didn't. And everybody said, "Oh no, he's average. He's terrible. He's easily replaced." Well, turns out
Not so easy.
not easily replaced. Yes, he has been replaced, but not well. So yes, I love Charles Leno. I think he's amazing. Great story, 7th-round pick out of Boise State, just continued to improve every year, and he's still pulling a paycheck for a good reason.
Yep.
With the Commanders. So I too would like to have Charles Leno as a left tackle, and he would have been terribly affordable by left tackle standards. But folks wanted to grab for the brass ring. I understand that, and hasn't worked out so far. So I had to leave to go to the HOA meeting. Oh, has the game been better or worse than that? Also, would you adjust your preseason predictions for the Niners based on how the season has gone? Well, Brett always has to adjust his preseason prediction for the Niners because it's always like they will ascend to heaven on the holy plane and win the Super Bowl, and that's not going to happen every year.
I mean,
so
I think if I recall correctly, I picked them to go to the NFC Championship game, and they're still pretty good.
I know. So I'm just giving him
I think it's one of those where it's like I'm right for the wrong reasons and I'm wrong for the right reasons, you know?
I have so many comments about that. I just have a full slate of comments about that. I'm sorry you had to go to the HOA meeting. HOAs, I'm very glad that I do not have to belong to one. That would not be a good mix. A little bit of oil and water. Has the game been better or worse? I don't know. I think the game has had its moments. It is certainly not a great game. Is it better than Colts Broncos? Hands down, it is better than Colts Broncos.
Looks like they're taping up Wentz ankle.
Right ankle.
Yeah.
See, this is why you don't run Wentz. He's made out of cardboard.
Yeah. Not ideal.
He's
also, don't jump cut on Soldier Field turf, you psychopath.
No, he's trying to run like he's 21, and he's not. He's not made out of rubber anymore, and he's still, I have respect for him going as hard as he can. But, somebody got poked in the eye. Angelo Blackson, I think, got poked in the eye. That's a bummer. Oh, false start. Little Commander self-destruct. And Matthew Wright, thank you very much for the $10. That is fantastic support.
My stream randomly went potato mode, so I'm assuming that's a Twitch problem and not a me problem because I have gigabit down internet. So.
Oh, okay. And you can take your prize pick slip down.
I would if my camera didn't overheat.
Oh.
Hey, man, it's a bootleg stream, EJ. You know we're tap dancing. We are tap dancing like a motherfucker right now.
Yeah. No, I'm Here with bells on. Happy to tap dance at will. All right. Wentz. Oh, avoids the rush. Oh, tip ball. Dominique Robinson got a hold of that one.
So it'll be 7-6
Oh
incoming
no,
shortly.
Justin Jones. Justin Jones, my bad. Justin Jones has been on a small tear for the past 2.5 weeks. He's been playing much, much better now. Justin Jones is the guy they brought in after Larry Ogunjobi failed his physical, which was supposed to be the big sort of splash free agency signing, the first money that Poles and Eberflus spent together in free agency. Justin Jones was the backup plan. They quickly pivoted to him when Ogunjobi failed his physical and eventually went to the Steelers. And everybody was kind of like, oh, so you're plan B, like bummer. But Justin Jones is the penetrating 3-tech, which is an important role in this Eberflus / Allen Williams defense. And over the last 2.5 weeks, his pressure rates have gone up. He's made more impact plays. Guy to keep an eye on as we get deeper into the season. Justin Jones is starting to play pretty well for the Bears defense.
There we go.
Only reason this is better is because people expected it to be bad. Well, hey, don't sell that short.
That's the thing is when we set expectations low.
Yeah, low expectations can be exceeded, Don't hurt yourself and say, well, we exceeded expectations, but they were low ones. Like, take the easy wins. We'll take the easy wins. Oh, by the way, second half beer of choice.
Yeah.
Good old Pat's Blue Ribbon.
I feel like I should go grab a natty. A natty
light.
Or some Colorado piss water, a.k.a. Coors.
Banquet beer. Hey, potential sponsor Coors. Easy now.
I'll take normal Coors. Coors Light.
Yeah. So I was out building mountain bike trails in the woods one day, and guy had a beer fridge in his garage. And we went back to grab more tools, and we are gonna grab a beer. And I was like, "What are we drinking today?" And he looks at me and he goes, "Heavies."
Like we heavies?
And I was, no. And I was like, I knew exactly what he was talking about because everybody's like, Coors Lights. He was like, no, banquet beers, heavies. And I was like, yeah. There's been a touchdown. I know. This is far better than Indianapolis and Denver, like without question, to me at least. And Fitz, you're a hero. Like, let's just get that out there now.
Yes, we love you, Fitzy.
Yeah, Fitzy, you're the best.
Wentz and Fields both got that wind-up release. Wentz is worse, though. Like, Fields' release is still... It's not quick. It's not as loopy as it was last year.
He changed it. Yeah. He spent a lot of time working on his release and his footwork. The other thing they changed is if you are a minutia person in terms of quarterback mechanics, he has the other foot forward when receiving the snap this year.
Mm-hmm. Changed his drop timing.
If you have ever done anything, I don't care. If you're riding a bicycle, you usually have 1 foot forward on the pedals. I don't care which foot it is, or riding a skateboard or snowboard or whatever it is that you do. Like, you have 1 foot, a dominant foot that goes forward. Try just switching that the next time you go out. Try going goofy if you're regular or whatever else. It's weird.
Yeah, they ain't doing
it's very odd. So to do that when 300-pound guys bent on your destruction or bearing down on you, it's a tough thing to do. So change that and your release. Fields has been dealing with a lot in the first month of the season, and it is starting to look more natural.
Tevin and Patrick are both back, by the way.
I didn't know Tevin went out, but
yeah, I can't hear the broadcast, so I'm not sure what the circumstances are, but
it's not great to have any piece of this already admittedly patchwork offensive line go out. Like, none of that is great. There is no great draft hope sitting on the bench. The only real deep sleeper hope I have is that Kellen Deach is on the practice squad, and I would like to see him come in and get some reps at right tackle over Larry Borum. But other than that, it's not like, oh, the draft pick is going to get healthy soon and he'll be back.
Yeah.
These are the best they've got, and they're not awesome.
Justin, run for your life.
He got out. He did. And got down without contact and got a first down.
The heart palpitations I get every time that man's running the open field, I swear to God.
Yeah, the problem is he likes contact. He really
I know.
does. And I don't for him. I would prefer that every every quarterback run for him is contactless, but obviously that's not going to be hope. But like we saw it in the first quarter, he ran inside near the goal line to get contact, and I would prefer that he doesn't try and run people over because look, he's good sized for a quarterback. He's 228. He's about 6'2.5", but dude, the defenders are bigger.
Yeah.
Like that's all there is to that.
F equals MA. Oh, he got out of it. Nice. Six yard gain for Khalil.
With a bounce that, boy, that run was completely shut off inside. I'm really impressed that he avoided. Well, I'm not. I come to expect it from Khalil Herbert because he does it all the time. He does this regularly, but he does not get hooked up on the inside there, and there are a lot of people grabbing for him. Look at him avoid this. Look at that right there.
Nice
like, could have been there. Could have been there.
Arms.
Nope. And then he bounces outside and picks up 6. Like, and gives Fuller a shot on the way down. I'm all for that.
Cole Holcomb's
don't run. God. I don't know. You got to see that coming, right? They're all creeping down. They got 8 guys in the box. Pre-snap, I understand it's late pre-snap, but you got to hold up. If you've got any play clock at all, I'd be like, nope, we're going to go boot. We're going to go speed out. We're going to go something.
Well, I don't know exactly. I'm not sure if they give him double calls.
I know, but you got to get out of that. Like, that's a run into a 8-man box. Like, you're not going to win.
I wish I knew exactly how many answers he had pre-snap because I'm not entirely sure how they handle it.
Go. Keep go. Oh, why did he not keep rolling? That's on him.
Yeah.
He had him. He got out around him. He did the pivot. He was clear. He just needed to keep running. And instead, he turned back into it. And I don't love that. I love the first move. Don't like the second move.
It's like if there's only one guy there, you can get away with it. But when there's 3,
he beats him. And he beats him. And then he just turns back into it.
You got to keep going.
Yeah, because he's here. Just go. And he's already bouncing on the foot. I mean, it wasn't great. He had rushers all over the place. I'm not going to get on the guy too hard because, look, his left tackle gave instant pressure from Montez Sweat.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay. All right. Got him forced back to the inside. Hey, look who made the tackle.
I didn't see.
24. Khalil Herbert.
Oh, there you go.
So it's the other reason that he's worth a ton to this team.
Wow, Montez Sweat.
Touchdowns are so rare in TNF. I got a notification saying a TD has been scored from the Athletic. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And Herbert is indeed different. Yes, 100%. What do you think about what the supposed haul the Ravens are offering for DJ Moore? I think it's Ravens fans pining for DJ Moore.
Ravens are making an offer
they're
for
not.
DJ Moore?
There's been every Ravens outlet fan wannabe whatever has been like, hey, DJ Moore.
Well, yeah, he's a Maryland kid. They're all Terps fans, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's been all over it. I don't think they're offering a whole lot. Like, DaCosta's not stupid enough to put a
if they were that desperate for a receiver, they wouldn't have traded away Hollywood.
Right. And Carolina's not giving him up. They just gave him a $20 million bonus, which is on them. Like, the bonus doesn't go with him. The bonus is paid. Like, the bonus is out. It's gone. It's cash money. You get your bonus. And they just paid him $20 million. Like, they might be like, I saw a great meme today that was like, oh, you want DJ Moore? Best I could do is Robbie Anderson. It's the guy from Pawn Stars behind the bench. And I was like, that's good. And it's true. Like, that's what they're going to say is, hey, you want a receiver? We'll give you Robbie. And look, that's not a bad prize. I think Robbie Anderson's a good receiver for a limited role. Is he DJ Moore? No, but they're not giving up DJ Moore.
Yeah.
They just gave him $20 million.
I'm the idiot who started Brian Robinson over Najee Harris this week. I mean, considering what Najee has done lately, I don't really think that's... You still might be a winner there, to be honest. Like, when Najee's getting 2 yards a carry, you know?
Yep.
Like, it's been rough for Pittsburgh. And I think, Pittsburgh's playing against Tampa this week. It's not like Najee's going to get a whole bunch of rushing yards against Tampa. So, I still think you're all right.
Yeah, I'm really interested, if you want to go down the offensive line rabbit hole for the Bears, Kellen Diesch and Zach Thomas, the guard from San Diego State, are both both on the practice squad, and with all the injuries, we'll see what if Patrick goes into concussion protocol and it's anything serious. Like I think we might see an elevation. Either that or they're going to poach somebody off another practice squad because boy, you gotta get some reinforcements. It wasn't a well-stocked line to start with, and you're losing guys. Oh, I love it. I love it. Look at the push from the defensive line. We
Brian's
haven't seen that all night.
Brian's on 3.7 points at the minute. Najee's rough, but not that rough. Fair point, sir. Fair point. Oh man,
Dude, I really like the defensive line push we just saw. We have not seen that all night. Didn't see it in the Vikings game. Like the one we just saw, that was great. They reset the line of scrimmage. That was impressive. Need to see more of that from the Bears.
all right. This looks like quarters all the way. Maybe quarter half.
It's totally on Wentz. Yep. Completely on Wentz.
Start Allen Robinson or Tony Pollard at this point. Probably Pollard.
Pollard. Yep.
Yeah. The Rams' offense is horrible. They have less points per game than the Bears do. And that's the Bears.
Cam Sims, man. The guy looks like a tight end, but he's playing wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge. For those of you following along at home, 89 for the Commanders. Cam Sims, big dude.
3rd and 6 here. Let's see what they
all
got.
on Wentz. All on Wentz.
Looks like
They're
man.
Motion to empty.
Are they bringing it?
I don't think so.
No, they brought 4. Good call. Good call
Morrow.
to bring 6 up on the line of scrimmage, looking like you're bringing man with a 6-man pressure, and you drop out. They brought a creeper, so they only brought 4. Dropped some hole defenders over the middle, baited the throw early because Roquan was coming.
And
Love that call. Love that
Morrow
call.
made the tackle.
Yeah.
And that's what they brought Morrow in. Nicholas Morrow came from Las Vegas Raiders, was a former safety, a converted safety. They're going for it. 4th and 1.
Yep. They really don't trust their defense to close it out.
Look at this. On their own 42. Yikes.
Slot left. Slot left. Brisker's way outside leveraged, which means
change it.
If Roquan's walling to help out Brisker inside, you're going to get the running back to the flat. Nope. Okay.
No, they're not comfy. They're looking for the timeout. Yeah. Oh, flag.
Delay game.
They just gonna take it and punt it?
I think they were actually just trying to draw him off.
Yeah, they're just gonna take it and punt it.
They actually did have a favorable look there.
They had a favorable look with the exception of the fact that Carson Wentz is their quarterback.
I know, but Brisker was leveraged like 1.5 yards outside, which means definitely Roquan was supposed to be helping inside, which means they had nobody left for the flat and the running back.
I know, but you have Carson Wentz, buddy.
I get it. But
that
was a good look. That was a good look.
It's a good look if you've got Herbert or Mahomes or Allen. Like, yeah, you go. But uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus. Velas.
Come on.
Okay.
He got it?
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know. He had it. He sort of had it.
It's like a weird bounce.
Oh, look out.
Fucking hell. All right. Well, here comes my Brian Robinson touchdown.
Oh. Okay.
If you don't love that, you don't love Bears football.
I don't love Bears football. Look at this. You got he leans into it and then he
like the one thing you're supposed to do is return punts. Wow. Come on. Oh my God.
That's terrible. You play great defense and you get totally flummoxed. Like I'm gonna get on Velus Jones for that. That's on him. Like fielding punts is tough. I get it, 100%. Can lose them in the lights. You can do all kinds of stuff, but you can't do that, man. You can let it bounce, and it's better than that.
Oh, my Lord.
You can't do that.
All right. Let's see here. So if I can get my Brian Robinson touchdown here, and then I need a screen to Monty. If I get a Brian Robinson touchdown and like a decent screen to Monty, I'll get 4 out of 5, and I'll make money on the night.
I love it.
It's my saving grace.
All right, 1st and goal. I am voting for a Bears defensive stand here because, if Brett loses money, we'll make it up another way. But I would love to see the Bears bow up here. Get him out of return duties. Yes, Vincent, I agree. Get him out of return duties. I think he has showed that that is not the primary vocation. Have him back it up, but do not have him out there first.
This is at least his second muff punt of the year, right?
Third fumble overall, second lost.
In 6 games.
Not even.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play the first 3 or 4 with a hamstring.
Yeah,
so
that's rough. That's rough.
yeah, it's not good. Oh, here
B-Rob?
it is.
B-Rob? B-Rob?
Not quite. So close.
Give it to him again. Give it to him again.
He's all give it to him again. Hammer, come on. Get in there.
Feed the beast.
The Wentz block. This is hard to watch. Yeah. Why he needed to catch it. Yeah, he didn't need to put his face in front of it. That's for sure. Like I said, letting it bounce is a far preferable result. Look at the Wentz block on Roquan. Whew. I think Wentz gets a shot of the week nomination right there. Wentz just took a linebacker to his knees.
Give it to him again. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah, baby.
That's right.
Let's go.
There you go.
I told you, Fitzy. I told you.
All right. In honor of that, I'm gonna do a impromptu shot of the week because that was impressive. I get on Carson Wentz a lot, rightfully so. That was awesome.
All right, where's my reposado?
My bottle's bigger than yours. Hang on.
Hold on.
All right, hang on. I got to get mine, so I'll be right back. It's right behind me.
I'll save you.
All right.
Actually, I'll go a little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little touch. Right there. I got to kill this bottle anyway, so. Oh, they're going for 2? Okay, 12-7. Well, we're setting up decent to still hit that under on 22.5.
22.5.
They need to have nothing happen for the rest of the game. But.
This is, God, it's just an ugly rep to watch. Like, stop showing it to me. It's like an injury. All right, I need to show you the worst, the most inversely proportional shot of the week ever.
Okay.
Very large bottle.
Yeah.
Very small amount of Jameson in the bottom.
Tiny little JMO.
So it's going to look really impressive. I'm going to have the huge bottle tipped up. I'm sure somebody will take a beautiful screenshot.
Oh, you're just doing straight out of the bottle?
Well, I don't have a glass, so.
Cheers to you, bud. Cheers to you, Carson Wentz.
When did that ever stop me? All right. So, and come on, we went after a linebacker, so that's impressive.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
And anybody worried about any kind of contamination, it's alcohol.
Yeah.
That's what they use to sterilize stuff.
It's nature's Febreze.
What? It's really not. Have you ever been to a college house? It's not. It is not nature's Febreze. That is not true.
Fine. Nature's Lemon Pledge. How about that?
No. I'm not giving you that.
Take a shot. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer.
Well, I had Irish and a beer, so that's somewhere in a George Thorogood song, but not that one.
It's like even worse than a car bomb. That's like a.
No, you've heard the song. I know you've heard the song.
Which one?
1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer. George Thorogood. Come on.
I'm
really?
sure I have.
Oh, you're killing me.
At some point.
This is a mainstay of my youth.
I've listened to enough like 70s and 80s playlists on Spotify that I probably have. Yeah.
FPS Gandhi says, EJ, you're saying you don't like the smell of day-old beer? Actually, day-old beer I'm fine with. 3-day-old beer I'm not good with.
Just malty grossness.
Yeah. Oh, you just walk in and you're like, oh, you should clean. Like, you should clean. Like, and I'm not a clean freak, but yeah, 3-day-old beer. Mm-mm. Rinse your cans in the recycling, kids. Sing it, EJ. Great song. No, I am not George Thorogood. I have seen George Thorogood sing it live twice. Just happenstance. He happened to be playing at a festival I was at a couple of times. It was good.
Chat asked me what I am drinking.
Solid stuff.
It is Olmeca Altos Reposado. Just a nice little budget affordable reposado that I get at the store, specifically for shot of the week, because it's good enough to shoot and not feel like ass, but
What
also
is
doesn't
this?
cost a lot of money.
Oh, is this Robinson's first
First career
rushing
touchdown, yeah.
first career touchdown? That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Got a little tape. That's a cool little shot by the crew. All right, so 12-7. Not a terrible game. Like still got it going on. A terrible play by Velus Jones to give the opposition a free touchdown. But
I needed it, baby.
I was gonna say Brett needed that for his slip. Now he needs what? A couple completions from Justin
Yeah, I
and a
need three
screen.
completions from Justin, and as long as one of them goes to Montgomery for a decent chunk, I'm in good shape for the
You're
night.
4 out of 5. Yeah.
And I'm 4 out of 5.
And if Wentz takes a shot to Diami, which
Then-
he might,
Then I win $500.
yeah, $500. Oh, Justin, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
I would love for some of these runs to turn into like short little checkdowns. That's what I would love.
Well, I would love for whatever's going to happen sooner. I don't care if he's going to take off running. That's fine. I don't care if he's going to throw it. That's fine. I don't care if he's going to throw it away. That's also fine. I want to see it happen.
It just feels like this offense is literally just shot or scramble. Like we are either throwing 20 yards down the field or we are scrambling. That is what this offense is, and it's not sustainable at all. It's barely even functional.
Desperation bet on Brian Robinson for the next TD paid off handsomely. Nice
There you
job,
go,
Willis. Honeycutt. We love it. Uh-oh. Terrible idea. Busted play. Gotta be a busted play. Oh, look at it. Justin's like, what are you doing? Look at him talking to Montgomery. He's like, what are you doing?
It sounds like whatever track Monty was supposed to be on was not the track he went on.
No. That Justin was, you could tell when he took off, he was like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, but this is a hit I don't have to take. Like,
Yeah.
all right, 3rd and 5. Big play for the Bears.
Angle route to Monty, 20 yards. Let's go.
All right. I'm down. He's got him.
Oh, God.
Oh!
Another shot to the knee.
Yep. And he had Monty. Free up through the middle. Someone get Adam Gase to the Bears. Please, no. Jack, go away. Stop saying that.
That really hurt him.
Nick, yo, EJ, good to see you, Nick. Thanks for joining us on the stream. Hope you saw the NFL Films released a video on YouTube profiling Stump Mitchell. I did. I actually tweeted it out last week when it came out. He's amazing. Stump is one of my favorites. I actually watched Stump play when he played for Arizona. Great player and has become an awesome running back. Whoa! Running back whisperer as a coach. Sorry, they just showed the Justin replay. That was not a nice hyperextension of the right knee.
Nope.
Don't like that. Don't like that. But I'm glad you got a chance to see that, Nick. And yeah, that's one of the reasons we do Coaches of Note when we do our divisional preview series is because the NFL is full of former players, folks that worked at tiny little colleges and came up and have ended up in the league who are really, really smart. They're just fascinating stories. We love them. And it's been really cool to see people latch on to a few of those like Stump and say, hey, thanks. I never heard about Stump before you mentioned him. I'm really glad that we're giving that part of the game back to people. It's so much fun. So
one of the best shows, best parts about the show.
That was really, it was a great addition this year. I know it made it long for our editing team. So shout out to Jay and Autumn and everybody else. But we think it was value add. So if you think so, let us know because there's certainly pressure to make the show a little bit shorter.
From the other end.
Well, I mean, with us too, we put self pressure on, but then if for some reason it always goes the other way.
Yeah.
All right. Big first down. That is a big first down right there.
Huge first down.
Yeah. He's just a power back. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, Justin's still moving okay, but there's no way
he's
he
all
ain't
right.
hurting.
He's made out of rubber still. He's
Dude,
at that age.
I don't understand how he has not been like massively seriously injured yet.
When he gets to even your age, Brett, he's going to be sorry he played like he did for the last few years.
Because he just gets the shit beat out of him every week.
It's
worse than Josh Allen.
Yeah, it is. It is. He's taking more shots to the head for sure, and it's not It's not pretty. I don't want to see that because I want to see him last. Oh, what a great run.
Yep.
Great
Oh,
run by Montgomery.
needed it. Needed it.
And that's, guess who got him at the end of the run? Guess who picked him up like that and put him down?
Cam Curl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Cam Curl.
Man.
I was watching Royal Tenenbaums instead. I'm sorry for that. Or Royal Tenenbaums is not my favorite.
Borum at left guard.
It's got to be better than tackle. It's not. That's not Borum. That's Patrick.
I think they mislabeled it.
That was Patrick.
Yeah, they mislabeled
100%.
it.
I was like, what are they doing?
I was like, were they doing unbalanced line?
Oh,
God damn! Who do I need to blow to get 3 completions in an entire fucking quarter?
I have answers, but I'm not going to share them.
Like, this is ridiculous. You should be able to bet over 14 completions in the modern NFL and be fine.
Brett, I just got one answer for you.
Chicago Bears. It's fucking stupid at this point. 14 completions. That's all you need.
I am going to finish this bottle because there's not very much left.
Like, can we just give me, like, some tap passes or something?
No, you don't like shovel passes. You just went on a crusade against shovel passes.
No, tap passes,
dude.
not shovel passes. Tap passes.
Same thing.
Anything. Just give me completion. I don't care if it gets yards.
This is Brett right now for completions. I just need a completion, man. Just give me a completion. Just give me a completion.
$500, man.
I'd be happy with 4 out of 5 right now, but you got to get something to Montgomery. Okay, it's empty. So
right.
again,
Scramble.
Everything's putting on Justin's shoulders. No, not for this distance. Get the ball out. Ay, bad ball.
Well,
3rd and 11, 2 down territory.
Yeah, you got to go for it anyway.
No, they're picking up 7 or 8 there. That's, Pettis gets it. 4th down. Big play. Coming up to the 2-minute warning. 5-point game in your own stadium. Does he catch it? Tell me he catches. He didn't catch it.
God damn it.
Pettis. You didn't even catch it. All right, so here you go. Even bigger play. Oh, my God. JB's got to be going out of his mind. Oh,
start.
No.
Third.
Yep.
So we're gonna do 3rd and 6 or 4th and 16. That what we're doing.
This is gonna be like 4th and 35. Oh my God. Delay of game, even not even false start. Come on, do better.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna finish the bottle because why not? Because there's only a tiny bit left. All right, I'm gonna watch the 4th and 16 play, and then I'm gonna finish this because there's like not even a full shot left.
I'm gonna join you.
I know this is disappointing. Oh God! Oh, did he get it? Ah, he dropped it. He straight up dropped it. How appropriate. I don't have anything good to say about that, so I am not gonna say anything good about that. Oh, you know who dropped it too? This is gonna hurt.
Amir Smith-Marset.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe we should stop throwing to him in the 4th quarter. How do you think about that?
I think he's a really good player, but he's just got way too much spotlight on him right now. He needs to be like legit the 4th receiver. Drinking like a college kid. I'm not drinking like a college kid other than the fact that I don't have a glass. I don't think you can probably even see it, but there's like a 1/4 ounce in the bottom of this thing. It's pretty much empty, but
cheers to you, sir.
If it looks like I'm drinking like a college kid, I would love that. I can't handle that anymore. It's not a real thing.
To the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that was barely enough to get my tongue wet.
This helps, though. Not gonna lie.
It helped us get through the podcast when Mucinex wasn't doing the thing. No,
it does help. It does help.
I think this is almost the reverse of last week's game. Like this, they played really solidly in the first half. It looked good. They didn't get any points, but they played really solidly in the first half. And then Second half, we started to see what we saw in the first half last week. These penalties, drop balls, bad sacks, missed connections, all the things that have plagued this offense pretty much all year long. They just haven't been able to hook two halves together that both looked competent and good. If the second half had looked like the first half in this game, they win this game going away. Same thing with the Vikings game. If they hit two of the shots they missed by this much in the first half, they're up 14-3 in that game. They're cruising. And this is the difference between good football teams, winning football teams, and football teams that don't win, is that you can have some plays, you can have some almost, but you got to hook them together. You got to do it consistently, and you got to make less mistakes than the other team. And Bears are not that team right now. They can do it for a half, which is better than what they could do in the beginning of the year, but they can't do it for both halves together.
It is the most consistently inconsistent team in the NFL. I would say so.
Arizona.
And they're playing against the fucking Commanders. Another
I know, but
woefully
Arizona,
inconsistent team.
I will, if you're going inconsistent, here's your Robinson.
Jack, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Fields has been getting beat up all game. They catch a freaking ball. How does Fields feel? Fields feels like he's not going to feel anything really shortly because he's going to be up to his nostrils in a cold tub. He's going to feel terrible tomorrow. I don't care what age or flexibility he is. But this is the kind of run defense we've seen from the Bears where they give up a gap, and then Brian Robinson's the perfect guy to exploit that. He's got power. He understands leverage. I mean, honestly, if David Montgomery was on the other side, he would be the perfect guy to exploit that as well. Very good inside runner with power, breaks tackles all the time. And, look, this is running out the string. Commanders are going to win this game, short of some crazy miracle. And the Bears had their chances, and they couldn't get it done. Like, it's not like, the Bears earned this one, and they got robbed. No, they didn't. They didn't play well enough to win. And I like that run defense. Even a losing effort. That's a really nice little piece of run stop there. I'm down with that. A little bit late, obviously, but something to carry into next week. And that's what this team should be doing. It's a young team, it's a building team, it's a developing team. They should be carrying these things week to week, stacking skills, stacking lessons, not making the same mistake twice. And they haven't quite reached that tipping point yet. They're at the place where they still stack mistakes instead of stacking positive plays. And that's what keeps them from winning right now.
I'm trying to find the comment. Did Fields have a design run this game? I don't think I remember one. I don't think he had one. I think all of his rushes are scrambles.
No, I didn't see anything that was like straight up quarterback
designed
power.
run.
Nope.
I don't think I remember seeing any. So it's not like they're trying to get him hit. He's just in the crossfire.
Well, he's getting hit a lot. That's for
Yeah,
sure. They don't need to try to get him hit. He gets hit all the time anyways. This team needs offensive line stability more than it needs anything else. Like, period. End of story. They got to get a pair of bookend tackles. Maybe Braxton Jones is the guy at left. They don't have an answer right now. Anybody that wants to say Larry Borum is a solid right tackle, I will fight you in the parking lot. I don't care. He's not. I've watched all 22 for all 5 games. Larry Borum has made more mistakes than an NFL tackle can make and stay on the field. He shouldn't be on the field right now.
Shit is a solid technically, so.
It's true. And alcohol is a solution. Technically, as a chemical, it is a solution. However, Riley Reif, although he will not be with this team in 2 or 3 years, and that's really what this team is about, is who's going to be here in 2 or 3 years to contribute. While Riley Reif will not be here in 2 or 3 years, he might keep Justin upright a few more times. And to me, that's starting to be more valuable at this point, because that Larry Borum needs to take a step back. He can be a swing tackle. He can develop. He can be second squad. He can learn behind some established veterans. I bet he would learn some things from Riley Reif. I hope he does. He should not be the starter.
Yeah.
Mustipher should not be the starter at center. He's causing a lot of problems. Tevin Jenkins is good, but he is extremely high variance. His good plays are amazing, and his bad plays are terrible. And that's what you're going to get from a young, aggressive, physical player. I'm still okay with leaving him out there. He is one of the Bears' best 5. The left guard spot where they've been playing Lucas Patrick after Whitehair's injury, and now it's just going to be sort of a rotating cast of characters, is troublesome. I honestly, if I'm Ryan Poles, I would be poaching somebody's practice squad tomorrow for a promising guard, because the only promising guard you have on your practice squad is Zach Thomas, and he didn't look great in preseason action. So unless you think Kellen Diesch is going to be a guard, and I don't, I think he's going to be more that Larry Borum swing tackle role. You don't have a great guard on your practice squad. So I would be combing the practice squad list tomorrow and finding the guy that excelled that somebody tried to bury on their practice squad that has physical potential, and said, we're going to bring you over for a couple of weeks. We're going to put you on the practice squad. We're going to have you get to know everybody, and then we're going to plug you in and see if you're any good, because we're still going to have 8 or 10 games, and we're going to have some tape on you, and we'll know whether or not we need to go get a guard. But I would be doing it because I don't think there's another option on this squad. Schofield ain't it. I don't think Reef should be at guard. I think he should be at right tackle. Maybe Lucas Patrick gets healthy enough to play center and replaces Mustapher. There's just not a lot of good answers. They don't have enough guys on the line. And before that happens, it's sort of like grading an incomplete, right? Justin's under pressure under 2 seconds on a majority of plays. That's no way to run a railroad. You can't really grade an offense at that point. He's seen some good protection tonight, which is cool, but it's not consistent. And you see him bail out of some clean pockets because he thinks it's going to break down, and rightfully so. It has broken down enough that's caused him to get that sort of gun shy. I don't blame him one bit. The Bears need some more cogs on offensive line. They didn't have a ton coming in. I thought they had enough, and with injuries, especially the injury to Patrick to start off the season, they do not have enough, and it's kind of crushing everything they do. So
chat, just so you guys are aware, Kendrick Green is really bad. You don't want Kendrick Green. That won't do anything for you.
Which Kendrick Green?
From the Steelers. He's been terrible.
No, yeah. I thought you were talking about my Kenyon Green from.
Oh no, Kenyon Green ain't going anywhere.
And I'm like, I'll take Kenyon Green.
Yeah, so would most teams in the NFL. Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, they just missed the field goal.
Jared Cole, y'all want to weigh in on what I should be for Halloween? I don't know,
EJ. We got a game.
Yeah, I saw, but I'm not gonna get super excited. I did see that he hooked it. That's kind of like me with a long iron.
God,
if
if the Bears somehow ass backwards back their way into a win here.
Well, if you get your Montgomery screen, I'll take it.
We just might. It's not like they're running.
Honest to God, how many yards do you need for Montgomery?
16 and a half.
Right here. Oh,
God damn it.
Oh, you had it. That was it. He was going to pick up 8 right there. But what was God, what soapbox did I just jump off?
All right. What do we got?
Nice. Pettis, making good.
Willis for $10. On the note of the Panthers trade fodder, I think the only no-goes are Aquanu, Moton, Horn, and either Burns or Moore. Other players will depend on the offer and contract structure of money. Burns, I think, is a maybe. Moore is definitely a no.
Okay.
I agree with you on all the other ones, though.
Thank you very much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Watch Lucas Patrick. When you go back to the all-22 on that hit, it was Lucas. Oh, here it is.
Ah! Hold on.
That's close.
Hold on. It hasn't refreshed yet. I think I got a good shot, EJ. Give it to him again. No, give it to him again. God damn it.
He's getting
my God. Oh, my God. Get out of bounds. Oh, Jesus Christ, this team.
Justin Fields, no holding penalty. Exactly the play he had against Minnesota. He gets outside against leverage. The guy they have shadowing, 9 times out of 10, the guy you have shadowing, Justin Fields, cannot hold with him.
What did he get?
Unreal.
This fucking kid, EJ. This fucking kid.
I know, and people are like, he can't play quarterback. They're going to have to draft a quarterback. And I'm like, that's not what we're looking at here. You got to change your lens if that's what you're seeing. Like, he's getting pounded under 2 seconds all the time from this paper-thin offensive line. And people are like, Justin Fields sucks. He can't play quarterback. Get rid of him. And I'm like, not the case. You don't know what you're looking at. Like, when you see that play, when you go back and look at the scramble he had taken back from a touchdown with a really iffy, well-acted holding call from Dantzler, that's not defensible. Like, that's not a play you can defense. They had a guy on him dead to rights, 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. They had a defender on him, dusted him. Come on, Justin, make a good decision.
Get around that corner.
No, just make a good decision. You know, out about, they going to give him the roughing? He's a runner. They can't give him roughing.
Yeah, there's no way. It's got to be something else. Maybe
Please tell me it's not holding. Please tell me it's not holding.
I can't think of what else it would be.
Come on, show your hands, buddy.
Did they say? I think they said no flag.
Okay. It can't be roughing because he was a runner. Oh, timeout. Look at that.
Okay. Fuck. 13 yards on the Montgomery, so I need another 4 yards. God damn it.
Dude, they're going to screen it to him for a touchdown. You watch.
Yeah, give me a
By the way, Lucas Patrick is back. I guess he cleared concussion protocol.
Yeah, he came back earlier in the quarter.
Not that helps, but he's back. All right, come on, Bears. Let's make it a game. Batted down. Mooney's pissed. All right, 2 more shots. 3rd and goal. Yeah, they changed his release, but it lowered it. It really did. And it's much more 3/4 now. It's quicker, but it's 3/4. And boy, he's getting a lot of passes batted. He hit that guy in the helmet earlier for the interception. I don't know if it's a plus change for me.
Can we use my least favorite play?
Oh, look at the shift. Look at the shift.
Mooney?
Montgomery. No, he's got Montgomery on the angle.
Oh!
Flag. He tackled his ass.
Pettis is hurt, too.
Dude, he tackled him. Is that all after the ball arrived? I don't know. Pettis is like, I will not give that to you. You will not get that out of me. I will not give you the satisfaction. Come on.
That's not DPI?
Come on.
But they called the DPIs earlier, but they didn't call that one? Okay.
End zone.
Okay.
Are you shitting me? He mugged the hell out of him. Before he gets there.
That's not DPI?
Get out of here.
But they call the other ones?
Dude, that's
Jesus.
embarrassing. Literally, he mugged him so hard he got hurt. And they didn't throw a flag on it. Look, I love Derek Forrest as a player. I loved him as a prospect coming out of Cincinnati. That's DPI, dude. You're draped all over him. You're dragging his arm
It's not even
down.
about liking or not liking Derek Forrest. It's about call the game even.
Just
Come on.
call what it is. That's brutal. Josh Walters, I agree with Montgomery's been open. He was open on the angle route. Justin could have hit him there, but boy, that's a terrible no call in the end zone. That's horrendous. What that means is you're a losing team, and if we don't give you the call, nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
That is what that is, and you just have to win your way out of that. And it's a fact. It's brutal. It sucks. It's not fair. Touchdown!
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to give it to him across the plane. That's really close. I don't know.
That's going to get reviewed by the booth.
It has to be reviewed. Has to be. That's like razor thin. I don't know.
Inside 2. I want to see if the nose of the ball goes over the plane. I don't give it to him. Come on, give me a review. That's a touchdown.
That's a
He
touchdown.
caught the ball.
The
That's
ball's
a touchdown. Oh,
that's
he didn't secure it.
God damn it, you're right.
He didn't secure it.
Oh,
That's
he didn't
not
get
a
it.
touchdown.
He didn't get it.
Gotta catch that in your hands, man.
Oh my fucking God.
That's as close as it gets. And people will be like, it's a bad team. Justin Fields should go. Dude, come on. DPI that doesn't get called, pass that barely doesn't get caught, that was delivered to be a touchdown in the end zone. Like, if you're reading the tea leaves, this team is not as shitty as everybody says it is. It's clearly not. And yeah, they're not getting the breaks. They haven't earned them. 100%. I get it. But don't tell me that Justin Fields can't play quarterback. Don't tell me that the Bears can never win anything because they're just going to take the safety?
Safety? No.
Just going to rugby it.
And they got no timeouts, so that's game over.
Mm-hmm.
God, what a shit loss.
You got to learn how to win games, and they did not learn how to win it.
What a
And
shit loss.
Justin took an absolute beating. There's a lot of negatives here, but boy, if you are looking at the razor thin plays that make up an NFL game, Bears had this one. They could have won this one at home.
Justin on the side looks like he's about to fucking cry, and I don't blame him.
He's had the hell beat out
I mean,
of him.
look at he looks like he's about to cry, and I do not blame him at all.
I wouldn't blame him a bit if he did. Like
I would too. I mean, shit.
If you straight up said, "Do the Commanders deserve this win?" The answer is no. Did they get it? Yes, they did. 100%. But Velus Jones fumbling a punt that he probably should have just let go. Not catching the ball right on the end zone. Not calling a grievous DPI in the end zone. Come on. That gets called 9 times out of 10. You're in Lambeau, that gets called 10 times out of 10. 100%. And they've earned it. I get it. But, you cannot tell me this team is, ages away.
Well, next year they have roughly $4 billion to spend in free agency. They've got some draft picks back. They're gonna be a lot better next year. But these are this year when you're expected to be bad. These are the types of wins that will help build the culture that you want, which is when we're in a dogfight, we can pull through when we absolutely need to and still get it done. And it's unfortunate that twice now they have had the opportunity to do that when they're in a dogfight late. They've had 2 opportunities in 2 consecutive weeks to go out there and steal a win that on paper they shouldn't get, and they haven't fucking done it. And it's really frustrating because you know how close they are.
Yeah, I think that comes down to coaching a little bit, and this is not a call for Eberflus's head. This is not a call
it's year one. It's year one.
Right. This is they have not figured it out yet, and that is both on the player side and the coaching side. They are not in lockstep. You look at how quickly Brian Dable has gotten the Giants together, and they are winning these type of ugly games where they're eking it out. It comes down to this razor thin margin of coaching. Eberflus is not there yet with the staff. He might be. I'm not saying throw the baby out with the bathwater after 5 games. No, don't do that. What I'm saying is they aren't putting players in a position to win yet. There are plays to be made that aren't being made. That's on the player. That's on the players. It's close, but it's not to the point. You look at Dable and the Giants, were they 4-1?
Yeah, and that's what gets me is the Giants were arguably in roughly the same position as the Bears coming into this season.
100%.
And they're ripping off wins against the Packers.
Because they have better coaching. And
yes.
Because they have better coaching. And I'm not saying the coaching is bad or it'll never work or anything else. What I'm saying is it's not working yet. And it might, and we need to give it time And it's not that far away. If you watch this game closely, watched it with us, I assume that's why most of you are here is to listen to what we think about all this. There were a lot of plays they left on the table there pretty easily. The Valus punt fumble is the biggest and most egregious of those, but there were a lot of others. There were a lot of others. It was not one play that turned this game. So if they make 2 or 3 of those, they win this game. Not going away, but they win this game. And it is a very small margin in the NFL. We saw that tonight. It was an entertaining game. It was way better than Colts Broncos. Don't care what anybody said. It's unfortunate. Bears don't come away with a win. Congratulations to the Commanders for getting one. I saw somebody earlier in the chat said, as a Commanders fan, this is not a win I feel good about. I agree with that sentiment. But oh boy, the one that's going to stick with me later tonight is that DPI call that just, I'm like, dude, you bent his head over sideways basically before the ball got there. Like, what are you doing?
I think what's going to stick with me is the stat that Jack posted, which is they had 3 possessions inside the 10 and came away with 0 points.
Yep, 100%. You got to score. I don't care what the analytics say. You got to score points. And they came close, but they didn't get it. And Montgomery was open. Somebody said in the chat, Montgomery was open for 3 plays on the angle route in the end zone with the phantom DPI. Like, he was there. I shouted, he's there. Like, and at that point, of course, I look back and Fields is getting hit. The ball's already been released because it goes back to that little diatribe I took in the 4th quarter about the offensive line. Like, that is the foundation of the team. It is porous. It is not good enough right now. And it's costing them. Like, it takes their margin of error from decent to razor thin, and they're not good enough to overcome razor thin right now.
I came 4 yards away from hitting 4 out of 5, EJ.
Those last 3 completions could have been the difference for sure. Could have been a touchdown on the angle route. Could have been your 4 yards. Would have been a great celebration. We ate up a bunch of your house money that you've earned in the first quarter.
I hit the second half slip at least.
Nice.
So I spent 50, got back 30. So I'm only down $20 on the week. Honestly, not terrible.
Not terrible.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. And remember, if you two want to try your hand at it, you could tail Brett Slips. Wouldn't recommend it, but he's been okay.
Hey, I have a positive win rate this year. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm doing okay.
Either way, if you sign up with Prize Picks, they will match your deposit up to $100 if you use our code Bootleg. Please do that. Our sponsors support us, which gives us these streams every week, which we are incredibly happy about. And we're really happy that all of you showed up, quite frankly. This was not a highlight game by anybody's stretch of the imagination. Yeah. And many of you on social media today said, before the game even started, the only reason I'm watching this is because Brett and EJ are talking about it. That warms the cockles of our cold little hearts. We are extremely happy to have you here. And this is a ton of fun. We get to watch football with friends. We get to share a little bit about what we know of the game. You get to share what you see and what you know. Couldn't be better. Really enjoy it. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Yep. Again, if you want to do any more slips for the Sunday games or the Monday game, which again, I will be at in person. So if you're going to be there at SoFi, feel free to hit me up, stop by. We'll say hi. Again, link down in the description, code Bootleg, match your deposit up to $100. But with that, EJ, we're going to be back next week for the Tuesday show that tends to come out on Wednesdays. And then we got another Thursday stream next week for what is it? Saints
Cardinals.
Saints Cardinals. Should be a much better game. So we'll see you guys all very soon. We love you very much. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you, and see you very soon.
Take care.